Well, no matter the name on the stadium, Oakland has been like a home away from home for the Yankees. They have won 7 straight here, and they look to keep the feel-good going today. As this afternoon, the YES Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Oakland Athletics in the middle game of a 3-game series here at O.co Coliseum. And great to have you with us, as always. Bob Lorenz along with Ken Singleton. Well, I'll tell you what, the Yankees have kind of rediscovered their offensive groove over the last 3 games. 3 straight wins, 17 runs scored. And last night, Kenny, they flipped the power switch again.
They certainly did, Bob. The Yankees are second in the league in home runs. They made the Coliseum here in Oakland look very small last night. This is Mark Teixeira in the 3rd inning, a 2-run shot. The Yankees weren't finished turning on the power in the 5th inning. A couple of more home runs. Robinson Cano straight away center field with a solo shot. And then Nick Swisher seems to be breaking out of a slump. He had 2 hits last night, including going against the traffic opposite field home run. The Yankees winning by a score of 6-3.
And just how good has the offense been? Well, in the 7 previous games before the 3-game winning streak, they'd scored a total of just 15 runs, but 17 runs scored. Hitting with runners in scoring position, still a bit of a problem. 2 for 10 in that department last night, but the home runs are really helping out. So is good pitching. And as we take a look at the New York Lottery pitching matchup for this afternoon's ball game, it's CC Sabathia against Bartolo Colon. Now, Sabathia started the season 5-0, Kenny, but he's lost his last 2.
Yeah, he struggled the last 2 starts somewhat, you would say. In Baltimore, losing to the Orioles, primarily because of giving up a home run. Adam Jones is having a great year for the Orioles, but the Orioles were able to win and beat CC down in Baltimore. J.J. Artie also with a big hit in the game, a double against CC. And then on the 20th at Yankee Stadium against the Cincinnati Reds, CC flushed a 2-0 lead, giving up back-to-back home runs. The Reds were able to score 5 unanswered runs and win the ball game by a score of 5-2. CC's looking for a win and a bounce-back start today.
And he's back where it all began. He grew up in this area, so grab a seat, get your scorecard, get your popcorn. We've got lineups and first pitch coming up next on YES.
For 500 years, Koreans have been practicing a unique heat therapy. This historical therapy was revealed by the 12 different types of saunas to release your daily fatigues and to restore yourself. Refresh your body and mind with the heat of a 500-year-old tradition. Keen Spa and Fitness.
Hit it out of the ballpark. I'm Cindy with Lee's Toyota, and while some dealers can't get to first base, you can score a home run deal at Lee's. People come from near, far, and in between to shop our 3 big showrooms at one location. Amazing low prices, 0 financing available, and great leases. If you missed coming to Lee's, you'll miss getting a lot for less. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. See what a great deal really is at Lee's Toyota.
You better believe it.
Only a Honda is a Honda sales event is going on right now. And Hillside Honda is the dealer to show you why a Honda is a Honda. Drive any new 2012 Honda from Hillside Honda today for 0 down with 0.9 APR financing or 0 do-it lease signing. For complete details, go to hillsidehonda.com. That's right, drive any new 2012 Honda from Hillside Honda today for 0 down with 0.9 APR financing or 0 do-it lease signing. It's only a Honda is a Honda sales event going on right now at Hillside Honda in Queens, New York. Click hillsidehonda.com or call for complete details.
Well, Yankees baseball on YES is brought to you in part by the professionals at your Tri-State GMC dealer. Why just go when you can go pro? By People's United Bank. Discover what know-how can do. Member FDIC. And by Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer right now for great deals. Only a Honda is a Honda. Well, the Yankees come into this one having won 3 in a row at 24-21. The A's 2 games under 500 at 22-24. Let's take a look at the New York Yankees Lexus lineup that will go up against Bartolo Colon today. Derek Jeter leading things off, playing short, 0 for 5 last night, but still hitting .398 on the road. Curtis Granderson bats second in center field. Alex Rodriguez will DH today, 8 homers in his career against Colon. Robbie Cano bats cleanup, playing second base. Mark Teixeira in the 5th spot at first base. Raul Ibanez back in left field, 17 for 55 in his career against Bartolo Colon. Nick Swisher is out in right field today. Eric Chavez will play third base. And rounding out the order and catching CC Sabathia is Chris Stewart.
You're looking at Bartolo Colon, who went 8-10 for the Yankees a year ago with an ERA of 4. This is what he's done so far this year for the Oakland A's. He's made 10 starts. His record is level at 4-4, 4.09 ERA. Opponents hitting .278. Let's check out the scouting report on Bartolo Colon. Marichal and Martinez. Juan Marichal and Pedro Martinez, the only pitchers from Dominican Republic who have won more games than Bartolo Colon. He had a game on April 18th against the Angels where he threw an amazing 38 consecutive strikes. And his 6.07 ERA against the Yankees is his highest against any other team. So he has struggled somewhat against the Yankees in his career.
Well, Colon getting set to go here as a bit of a delay. The third baseman, Josh Donaldson, tying his shoe. Got to get all the pregame prep in place and everything ready to go. So let's take a look at the defense that will play behind Bartolo Colon, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. Donaldson is at third, Cliff Pennington at short, Jamal Weeks at second, and Adam Rosales is at first base today. Kurt Suzuki behind the plate, and around the outfield, Colin Cowgill in left, Coco Crisp in center, and Josh Reddick is out in right field. And again, we get set to go now. Bartolo Colon coming off an outing in which he won against the Giants, but hadn't won in his prior 4 games. So he came out of the gate like CeCe on fire. Kind of cooled off a little bit, and then trying to tack on another win against a Yankees ball club that you mentioned has given him trouble in his career. He and CeCe have gone head-to-head only one time before, and that was back when CeCe was with the Indians and Bartolo Colon was with the Angels, and that was back in June of '04, and CeCe came out on top. So here we go. First pitch of this middle game of the 3-game series. And Derek Jeter lining it to center field right into the glove of Coco Crisp, one away.
Well, Bob, that kind of reminds you of the Kansas City series when Derek hit 2 solid line drives to Gerard Dyson in center field. Dyson didn't have to move very much, and the same thing for Crisp in center on the first pitch of the ball game. Scouting reports.
Well, they've been paying off. The Yankees in a way have been able to beat the shift lately, though. And speaking of the shift, they employ that here against Curtis Granderson. 3 infielders on the right side of the infield.
I was talking to Curtis before the game today. He actually had 2 opposite field hits here last night. That doesn't happen very often. In fact, only one other time as a Yankee.
That's a good way to beat the shift, no doubt about it. Now, teams used to just really deploy it against Mark Teixeira. Are you surprised they're doing it against more hitters?
I think what happens in this league, you know, the Tampa Bay Rays and Joe Madden, their manager, is the one who started the shifts. And I think it's a copycat league. They say the same thing about the NFL with defenses and whatnot. But the same thing's happening in Major League Baseball. If they start to take away hits from the opposition, you're going to see more and more teams going to shifts. It's up to the hitters to make the adjustments.
3-1 to Granderson. Popped into foul territory. Donaldson shielding his eyes, fighting the sun, and makes the catch for the second out. Kenny and I mentioned that this is as wide dimensions in foul territory. In fact, the most foul space of any Major League Baseball. I guess you could interpret that a variety of ways.
Yeah, well,
foul space, but it lived up to it last night.
It is an older stadium.
Well, here's Alex Rodriguez. I mentioned he has 8 career home runs against Bartolo Colon and is a .468 hitter against him. Take a look at our game time weather brought to you by Bigelow Tea. Temperature 60 degrees, humidity at 68%. The wind's blowing at 15 miles an hour. Out to right field once again, just like last night's game. A-Rod. Chopper to short. Pennington on to first. So Colon a 1-2-3 inning here in the top half of the first inning. Good start for the A's. They'll get their first at bats against CeCe Sabathia coming up.
Become a Yankees Universe MVP member today. MVP members enjoy exclusive benefits highlighted by 2 field-level tickets to a select 2012 regular season home game.
Members also receive a Yankees Universe hooded sweatshirt, a Yankees hat, a Yankees Universe banner,
and a limited edition Mariano Rivera bobblehead.
A portion of all proceeds are donated to Memorial Sloan Kettering, benefiting pediatric cancer research. So join Yankees Universe today by visiting Yankees.com or by calling 1-800-GO-YANKS.
More people are leaving BMW, Mercedes, and Lexus for Audi than ever before. For exceptional values on the Audi A4, visit your local dealer today.
And we head to the bottom of the first here in Oakland. Let's take a look at the Oakland A's lineup that will face CC Sabathia. Jamal Weeks at second base leads things off. Coco Crisp is out in center batting second. Josh Reddick, their home run leader, out in right field. Johnny Gomes will have the DH job today. Josh Donaldson batting fifth, playing third base. Kurt Suzuki moved up in the lineup just a little bit from last night. He will do the catching. Cliff Pennington is at shortstop. Adam Rosales is the first baseman today. And Colin Cowgill is out in left field and wraps up the A's starting lineup.
Well, CC Sabathia on the mound. A Bay Area native getting the start for the Yankees this afternoon. And these are his numbers. Pretty good, 5-2, 3.78. You can see less than a hit per inning. The opponent's batting just .239. And let's check out our scouting report on CC Sabathia. He wants to get even. In his career against the A's, he's 7-8. Consecutive losses. He's lost 2 in a row. That only happened once all of last year. He lost to Boston and Tampa Bay in consecutive starts last year. And today is Cy Young Saturday in the major leagues. No fewer than 6 former Cy Young Award winners are pitching this afternoon in the major leagues.
And here's the first pitch from CC to Jamal Weeks, and it's a strike on the outside part of the plate.
And of course that includes CC Sabathia, Bartolo Colon, Felix Hernandez, Zach Greinke, Jake Peavy, and Johan Santana all pitching today.
So you would expect we'd see a lot of low scores around the majors today. And Weeks looping one out into right field and is aboard with a base hit. Weeks came into this one second lowest in the American League among starters in terms of average, batting just .200.
Yeah, he was 4 for his last 27, and he led off last night's game with a base hit. There's our Delta League leaders, and Upton with 11 steals, Weeks is second with 10, and Meiser is tourist of the Angels with 9. Those are your league leaders.
You mentioned that leadoff single he had in the ballgame last night for the A's. That was erased on a ground ball by Coco Crisp that turned into a double play. Benefiting Ivan Nova, helping him get the win last night. Now here is Coco Crisp, 0 for 4 last night, and in fact 0 for his last 14.
Yeah, Coco made a decision coming off the disabled list. He had an inner ear infection, was on the DL. He decided not to take a rehab session, not go out and play rehab games. He decided, I want to be right back in the big leagues. And since coming off to the DL, he is 1 for 17. It might help to go out and play a few games just to get ready for this. It's not like Sacramento's 2 hours from here. I mean, it's about an hour north of here, maybe an hour and a half.
Well, speaking of being in the area, this is kind of CC's old stomping grounds. Grew up about 20 or 30 minutes north of here in Vallejo, California. Pitched for Vallejo High School. And in fact, over the course of the past year, they renamed the field at his high school in his honor. Little bunt in front of the mound, CC Fields, and Robbie Cano hustling over to cover, and they get him at first, advancing Weeks to second. Let's take a look at the Yankees defense, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. And in the outfield is Ibanez, Granderson, and Swisher. Defensively, Eric Chavez at third base today with Alex Rodriguez DHing. Derek Jeter at short, Robbie Cano at second, Teixeira at first. Chris Stewart is behind the plate catching CC.
No, almost late getting over there at first base, but he made it just ahead of the speedy Coco Crisp. When you're the A's, you got to do the little things like steal bases, bunts. Here's practically their only home run threat at this point, Josh Reddick at the plate.
Now, we've talked about the fact that Yoenis Cespedes, who went on the DL with a strained left hand muscle, is maybe 5 or 6 days away from coming back. But he was a power threat.
Yeah, he was out here today taking batting practice, and he definitely looked like a power threat. Even while he was on the DL, he hit the ball well. He's not that far away, Bob.
And Reddick fouling one into the seats. And Kenny, here is some of that batting practice. Little tee work, and then he was able to hit off one of the coaches and showed off some prodigious power.
Yes, he's a very strong young man, and I was kind of looking forward to him playing, but on the DL, he's right there behind Bartolo Colon.
Well, the A's one away and a runner at second, trying to get over their own woes of hitting with runners in scoring position. As a team, batting .215 in those situations. That's last in the American League. One-two to Reddick. And a good slider breaks away and gets him for the second out.
Yeah, CC waited till he got 2 strikes on Reddick, then broke out the slider, and actually wasn't even a strike. Reddick trying to chase it across home plate. This is against Seattle, talking about suspended powder, and you could see he turned, I think it went 466 feet. He crushed it. And they really miss him. He and Reddick had become a pretty good tandem.
Brandon Inge joined the team after he was DFA'd by the Tigers, and over his last 7 games he'd had 6 home runs, but he's on the DL as well. So this is a team just thirsting for some kind of power and run production. In fact, last night 3 runs and 7 hits, and that was a pretty good night for them, considering what they'd endured over the course of the past week or so. Here's Johnny Gomes. He's faced CC Sabathia 16 times previously. A little base knockout into right field. They'll round and try and score. Jemile Weeks, a lot of speed and well ahead of the throw. A's are on the board 1-0.
Well, Johnny Gomes did not play last night. And he'd been just 4 for his last 25. And you mentioned the A's not hitting with runners in scoring position. Gomes gets it out to right field, kind of fights it off, the fastball up and in, and you said that Weeks can run. He can do that. And Mike Gallego sends him home, and the A's are on the scoreboard here in the first inning. Watch this nice turn at third. He cuts it very well. Straight down the line, took the glance to see where the ball was. The ball's late. He's in there.
And that brings up the third baseman, Josh Donaldson, who looks at a first pitch strike, making his 13th consecutive start at third base for the A's. And CC quickly ahead 0-2.
We mentioned that it might be Cy Young Saturday here today with all the Cy Young Award winners pitching. They ought to name it a Friday after Donaldson. He's had a multiple hit game last night. The only day of the week he's had multiple hits has been Friday.
And speaking of one of those Cy guys, Johan Santana has already tossed a 4-hit shutout today for the Mets.
Okay. Donaldson on Fridays is 6 for 16. The rest of the days of the week, he is 5 for 59. He got more hits on one day than he has the rest of the days of the week.
Ground ball to second. Cano to his left, on to first, and that'll do it. But the A's get one on the board against CC. A leadoff single by Jemile Weeks and another single by Gomes. 1-0 heading to the top of the second.
When I was a young pup, I learned how to sniff out the pick of the pre-owned Lexus litter and how to be a woman or man's best friend when it came to finding the lowest prices. Now that I'm older, I look back on my pedigree and feel pride in the thousands of people who've lapped up the savings I've pointed them to. Like a dog with a bone, I won't stop until you find the model, year, and color you'll love or exchange it within 48 hours with our worry-free exchange policy. Don't get me wrong, working like a dog to hunt down the perfect pre-owned Lexus for you wasn't all hard work.
The in crowd. They know the in spots, the in places, inside and out. They know the beautiful people, and they know how to get there in style. The in crowd, those who choose Infinity of Manhattan. In Manhattan, yet in keeping with low price and high quality, and inviting the tri-state area to save on the G25X at an insider's price of only $259 per month. So get into the in crowd. Get into Infinity of Manhattan.
Now there's no excuse for junk driving. Not when there's usedtoyota.tv, where you can get a safe, reliable used vehicle that's not a crime to drive. Get 0% APR that can save you as much as $4,500 off the standard finance rate, and trade in that piece of junk for $3,000, no matter the condition or year. And at usedtoyota.tv, you get a 3-day exchange policy, so you're never buying blind. So don't get caught junk driving. Get out of the car, put your hands on the keyboard, and go to usedtoyota.tv. Don't drive junk.
And we're back at the top of the second with the A's leading 1-0, and it is time for the Toyota text poll for today. And today's question is, which A's Hall of Fame closer would you most want to close out a big game? And the choices are Dennis Eckersley, 1, or Raleigh Fingers, number 2. Text your vote to 42951. Standard text message rates apply. Kenny, you faced both of them.
Yes, I have. Let's put it this way: neither one of them was a day at the beach. But I did hit Eckersley a lot better than Fingers, and Fingers just said he had starter stuff. He had a lot of different pitches, knew how to change speeds better. Eck was basically sinker, slider, and he was good with both had excellent control.
Colon coming off an 8-pitch first inning, got the side 1-2 through 3, facing Robbie Cano. Now, when you go back to those pitchers, do you think that perhaps Raleigh Fingers' handlebar mustache was more distracting than Dennis Eckersley? He just had a regular run-of-the-mill mustache.
Eck had a pretty good mustache, too.
And Donaldson can't track that one down. Today's closed captioning is brought to you by Lexus.
I'll tell you what, the corner infielders here and maybe the shortstops and second, they stay in good shape by chasing down foul balls.
It's like you don't realize when you're at work how many miles you might walk or something. They don't realize how many miles they're running in foul territory. And Cano driving one out to right field. Reddick turn, going to give it a look, and that is all. Robbie Cano, an absolutely towering shot to right field. 2 homers in 2 consecutive games, and the Yankees have tied it at 1. Well, last night, home run number 150 in the career of Robinson Cano, and Kenny, 151 is a no-doubter.
Yeah, he touched this one off, and Colon has now given up 9 home runs this year. All 9 of them have been solos, but you can see Robbie kind of knew it when he hit it. You get that feeling. And just like that, the game is tied up. Yeah, you can smile, Robbie.
Well, both he and Mark Teixeira with home runs last night. Teixeira now the batter. In fact, that homer last night, his 3rd since April 21st. He's looking to get some good things going, rediscover his groove. He also doubled in the game.
And once again, the shift is on. You can shift all you want. You hit him in the seats.
Colon just missing on the outside part of the plate. 2-1. Teixeira last night finding himself in a lot of hitters counts. Does he look like he's a little more patient up there to you?
You get ahead on counts. That's when you do your best hitting. The fact is that the game previous, the final game of the homestand, he drew 3 walks against Kansas City. So he's starting to get his strike zone under control.
And Teixeira lifts one out to right center field. Doesn't get enough of it, though. Reddick's going to come in, 1 away.
He just missed that one. That got in on his hands. But this didn't get on the hands of Cano. The Coors Light cold, hard blast. Up there in the bleachers. And there's a happy customer.
And of those 9 home runs, you said that he's given up 7 of them have come against left-handers. Here's Raul Ibanez.
I think with Bartolo Colon, you just go up there looking for strikes. He's going to throw the ball over the plate. I mean, you have a game where you throw 38 straight strikes. What was that game, an hour and 10 minutes?
Right.
It was a 6-0 shutout victory. not so good in innings following his team scoring.
And Ibanez has good career numbers against him. 17 for 55, 1 home run.
Well, he had a good swing there. I mentioned Bartolo was 8-10 last year for the Yankees, but he went 6-4 before the All-Star break and really helped get the Yankees going in the first half of the season. Kind of slowed down in the second half.
And a swing and a miss there. So 0-2, and Colon quickly puts him away for his first strikeout of the afternoon.
Good movement on the fastball away, knee high. I believe that would have been a called third strike.
Well, you see what he did, Kenny, last year with the Yankees. Won 6 of those first 8 and then really tailed off second half of the season, but was so productive in helping them sort of tread water in that first half of the year. Here's Nick Swisher. Last night, his first home run since May 6th.
Swisher's in a good mood coming out on the well, he's always in a good mood, but the fact is, I think getting a little pumped up after a 2-hit night. He'd been struggling somewhat coming into last night's game. He had been 3 for 32 last night, a double, then a home run. And both of them to the opposite field.
And you mentioned last night was in the A's organization and loves to hit here. It's done very well. Grounder to second base. Weeks is over. And that'll do it. But not before the Yankees even the score, thanks to Robinson Cano and a towering drive out to right field. We're tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Here comes the pitch. Strike 3. A no-hitter, a perfect game for John Larson.
The greatest closer in history now has the most saves in history.
Yankees fans, bring your family, friends, or business associates to Yankee Stadium for a group outing and enjoy Yankees baseball in an individual game suite. Individual game suites can accommodate up to 382 guests with all-inclusive food and non-alcoholic beverage packages. Call 212-YANKEES or log on to yankees.com/suites today.
Are you paying more and more for cable and enjoying it less and less? Upgrade to Verizon Fios for just $89.99 a month, guaranteed for 2 years with a 2-year agreement. This is a limited time offer, so hurry. Get Fios at this great low price. Act now and we'll add a multi-room DVR free for life, as long as you keep a triple play bundle at your current address. Hurry. This great offer ends June 2nd. Call 1-888-GET-FIOS. Fios, a network ahead.
Imagine winning something really cool. Better. No, imagine winning a ride with Mario Andretti. No, in a car. In a race car. And he's driving you somewhere exciting. More exciting. Like starting an IZOD IndyCar Series race with Mario Andretti exciting. Now imagine you won that by visiting a website. But Mario's not there anymore. Go to shophonda.com to enter and check out the Civic, an official vehicle of IndyCar.
Well, we're back with today's MetLife stat of the game. The Yankees have won their last 7 games at O.Co Coliseum, dating all the way back to July 5th, 2010. And, of course, that stat brought to us by Snoopy, who used to go to the World Arm Wrestling Championships in Petaluma, California, which is nearby. Robinson Cano, first time he's got homered in back-to-back games this season. He did it 5 times last year. But his home run in the top of the second is even to score at 1. That was one of those little insignificant facts I just wanted to add.
Where is Petaluma from here?
It's north.
All right.
That's where Johnny Gomes is from.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, here is Kurt Suzuki. CC set to face the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the A's lineup.
We are told by director John Wilson, 50 miles from here, Petaluma. but at my standards or your standards, the way you drive, get there in a half hour.
You're driving?
Well, yeah.
What do you have, a bumper sticker that says time machine?
Yeah. Kurt Suzuki has caught all of Bartolo Colon's starts this year. And 6 hits against CC. 3 of them have gone yard.
And in this case, he'll just take the free pass to first. Now, that'll bring up Cliff Pennington. Let me ask you this. That's his first walk of the ball game. Over his last 2 starts, Ken, he's had 9 walks. Has he really been kind of his own worst enemy?
Yeah, and especially he walked in a few runs against the Cincinnati Reds. Walked in the go-ahead run with the bases loaded, and that's certainly not CC Sabathia. You know, sometimes your mechanics are a little off, and while he's not being hit very hard, you know, you can get yourself in trouble by walking people, particularly leadoff walks.
Pennington went 0 for 2 last night, and he's batting just 158 at home. That is the 3rd lowest batting average at home in the American League. And as you pointed out last night, Kenny, some of these OBPs, on base percentages for the A's, look like they should be batting averages and not on base percentages.
I'm telling you, Bob, don't drink the water in Oakland if you're going to hit.
Pennington slices one into the seats and right.
CC had a game here in Oakland where he had his career high in walks in a game. 6 walks a couple of years ago.
I'd like to keep it well under that. In fact, like to get a ground ball here and get a double play. And up high and misses 1 and 2. Is that mainly where he's been hurt over his last 2 starts, up in the zone?
Well, he gets one up. That might have been a pitch for design, though, but I had no balls and 2 strikes, and to come back with something downstairs and get Pennington to hit the ball on the ground.
And a swing and a miss, and down goes Pennington. Or second strikeout of the game for CC.
Or miss it altogether.
Right. And that'll bring up Adam Rosales.
Pitch of choice, breaking ball to the outside corner. Usually you see that cutter from CC or slider. Take your pick, down and in to the right-handed hitters.
The lefty Derek Barton getting the start at first base last night. Rosales starting against CC today. Small sampling against Sabathia, but 3 for 5 in his career against him, and he swings and misses 0-1.
Rosales had spent some time at AAA this year. There's several players on his A's team. They're trying to find somebody who's swing the bat. Rosales was at Sacramento. Second time around with the A's this year. Had 19 runs batted in 36 games down at AAA.
Manager Bob Melvin for the A's, just desperate to get his team going in some way offensively, or at least get guys on base. Kenny, you've pointed out they like to run, they like to steal bases, but they just haven't been able to get on. CC ahead 1-2. With Suzuki on first, the leadoff walk. And lifted out along the right field line and foul.
Was kind of cued off the end of the bat by Rosales and not high enough for Teixeira to get down there and make a play.
CC with a fastball up high, just missing, 2-2. Meredith Morakovitz mentioned on the pregame show that he has a lot of family and friends here watching from nearby Vallejo. Was it tougher to play when you knew you had a lot of family and friends in the stands?
Well, that went for me in New York. You know, sometimes the phone was always ringing. Somebody trying to get into the ball game. It's a long time. It can be a difficult situation where usually you designate one member of your family to take care of all the ticket reservations. Right. And, you know, let CC think about doing the pitching. For me, it used to be my mom. You know, we go to Chicago and had a lot of relatives in Chicago, and my mom used to tell my aunts, "You guys figure out who's going to the game, and only 6 at a time."
She didn't want you to mess with 20 ticket requests or something like that?
No, not at all.
And Meredith mentioning that he went home on his off day, and he wouldn't have normally done that, but since they had the off day Thursday, he came out and spent time with his family.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago, or maybe it was last year, CC pitched here and won a game. And after the game, he walked out where the buses are. They take the Yankees back to the hotel, but CC, of course, wasn't staying in the hotel, and there must have been 50 to 100 people waiting out there for him.
And Rosales out to right field. Swisher's got it for the second out.
And it looked like he was running for office, you know, kissing babies, hugging people. You know? And his mother was out there. She had a jersey on with his number that said CC's mom on the back of it.
Very nice. Well, she was very instrumental in helping him with his baseball career.
Yes, she was.
He has told us on numerous occasions how she would play catch with him until he got to a certain age, threw the ball too hard.
Yeah.
And she said, "I'm retiring my glove." Colin Cowgill, the number 9 hitter. He was acquired from the Diamondbacks in the Trevor Cahill trade. Actually was drafted by the A's in '07. In the 29th round, decided not to sign with them, and then next year the Diamondbacks drafted him in the 5th round. But the A's have him now, and they have a first and second situation with 2 outs after he gets a base hit to center.
And Cowgill, with his first hit against a left-handed pitcher this year, had been 0 for 10 against lefties. And a soft single to center field. Fights it off, gets himself a base hit. So the A's have another runner in scoring position.
Now, the one thing we've seen CC do on a couple occasions this season is when the Yankees have got to run back, he's given it up the next inning. He's got a situation here where they have a runner in scoring position, and he's got Jemile Weeks, who singled, leading off things for the A's in the bottom of the 1st. Starts him off with a slider, strike 1.
You got Suzuki at second, the center fielder Granderson, right fielder Swisher playing very shallow with Weeks at the plate.
And a grounder to the hole. Jeter dives and smothers it, and that's the best that he can do. But Weeks is aboard with an infield single, and the A's have the bases loaded.
Weeks is 2 for 2. Derek probably saved a run. I'm watching him. He's kind of shaking that left wrist. I don't know if he rolled over it when he dove for the ball and stopped it from going into left field for a base hit. And on this, if it got by him, I think Suzuki would have scored. Watch the left hand. Yeah, he might have rolled over it a bit, but he saves a run. Another look at the captain. Yeah, just a bit. Watch him turn that elbow to make sure all the pressure's not on the wrist.
So Sabathia trying to get out of a jam here in the bottom of the 2nd with Coco Crisp up and the bases loaded. And first pitch way inside, misses 1-0. Now just in case you're wondering, we've talked about the A's not being a power-laden team, but they do have 2 grand slams this year, both coming off the bat of Brandon Inge.
And he won't be hitting any today. He's on the disabled list.
Crisp does not have a home run this year. He has knocked in 5 runs. So you've got Suzuki at third, Colin Cowgill at second, and Jemile Weeks at first. And Sabathia behind 2-0. And a fastball outside in for strike 1. Comes back with a fastball, misses, and the count goes to 3-1. Crisp to Jeter, over to second, and they got him. So 2 good defensive plays by Derek Jeter help Sabathia get out of a jam. And we go to the top of the third with the score still tied at 1.
When the Yankees and A's meet,
3-run home run for Crisp.
There's a flair for the dramatic.
Baseball history, the 3rd grand slam of the game for the Yankees.
Tomorrow, the Bombers and A's wrap up this battle by the Bay with a midday matinee in Oakland. Coverage starts tomorrow at 3 without batting practice today, only on Yes.
Technology accelerates at a relentless pace. Anything not moving forward is moving backward. Introducing the 2013 GS with the Lexus Inform app suite, the most connected information and communication technology available in an automobile. The all-new Lexus GS. Lease the all-wheel drive 2013 GS 350 for $599 a month for 36 months with $4,624 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
New York's Powerball is now over $125 million.
Mr. Walters, I quit.
You what? No. We said over $125 million.
Hey, Walters.
Right on, Shannon.
Back to work.
Working. Yeah, that kind of rich.
We've got the cars and the savings. Now let's bring on the tent. High gas prices, bring it on. Hyundai is America's most fuel-efficient car company. Passengers, bring them all. The Veracruz Fit 7. Safety, try award-winning safety with a Santa Fe in Tucson. Now get a Santa Fe for 0% APR plus $500 customer cash back or lease one for $269 a month. You'll also get Hyundai Assurance, including America's best warranty. Your local Hyundai dealer's ready to bring on the tent. Now all we need is you.
Well, the Yankees return to the Bronx on Tuesday, June 5th for a huge 3-game series with the division rival Rays, followed by an exciting interleague series with the Mets. The 3-game Mets series is highlighted by Military Appreciation Night on Saturday, June 9th, showcasing a parachute jump into Yankee Stadium by the Army Golden Knights parachute team. Make sure you're in your seats early on June 9th so you don't miss the fun. Purchase tickets, go to Yankees.com or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. First pitch here on the top of the third to Eric Chavez. And we take a look at the Lincoln scoreboard. 1 run each for the Yankees and A's. A's have already gotten 4 hits off Sabathia, but he gets out of a bases-loaded jam there in the bottom of the second. And now the Yankees go to work trying to generate some more runs. Chavez getting the start at third base today as Alex Rodriguez is the DH. 3 homers on the year, 6 runs batted in. And lines one out into left field, and no chance for Cowgill to track that one down. Chavez rounds and heads into second with a double to lead things off here in the third.
You mentioned Eric Chavez playing third base today, and of course A's fans are used to seeing him in that position in their uniform, and they're used to seeing this too. He's among the all-time leaders for the Oakland A's in extra base hits. He hit 230 home runs as a member of the A's. And leadoff double for the Yankees here in the third inning.
And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Chris Stewart, catching CC today. Stewart at 242 on the year. No homers, 5 runs batted in.
This might be a bunt situation.
And fouling it away.
A's on the corners. Donaldson at third and Rosales at first, even with the grass, expecting the bunt.
And Stewart gets the bunt down. Colon will field. And on to first. Weeks has to get out of the way. They get the out, but Chavez moves to third.
Well done by Chris Stewart to get the runner over. Colon almost threw this away. He had a game in Baltimore where he was cruising 2-0 going to the 9th inning. And he threw a ball away. I think it was on a slow roll off the bat of Adam Jones. And that led to a big inning for Baltimore, who tied the game, then went on to win it. I think Colon went into the 9th inning with like a 3-hit shutout going.
Well, now the get him over, get him in philosophy falls on Derek Jeter with 1 away here in the top of the 3rd to get him in. 0 for 5 last night. He lined to center field in his first at bat. And a grounder right past Weeks, easily scoring Chavez, and the Yankees have the lead on the single by Jeter, 2-1.
Now Derek Jeter, that's another milestone hit for the captain. He passes Paul Wainer on the all-time hit list. And now he's just 1 hit behind George Brett. And this particular single gives the Yankees the lead. So what did you say, Bob? Get him over, get him in?
You got it done.
Yeah, they got it done. Here's the base hit. The A's were playing halfway in the infield, and that ball gets by Weeks in a hurry. And the Yankees have the lead. Give Jeter an RBI.
And you see where he stands on the all-time hits list. 1 to tie George Brett. Now this is where it gets a little dicey for Colon this season. First time through the order, opponents hit just 209 against him, but then second time through they bat 349. Granderson lifted one into foul territory that Josh Donaldson, the third baseman, was able to grab in the first. Granderson's 14 home runs leads the team. In fact, no other Yankees in double digits yet.
You know, Colon now playing baseball here in the Bay Area with the A's. You wonder how he gets to the ballpark. I wonder if he takes part. Bay Area Rapid Transit. Very efficient public transportation here in the Bay Area.
You had that loaded in the chamber, ready to fire.
Yeah, a few days ago when I saw he was going to pitch. There it is. Bart.
And Granderson lifting another one foul.
There's Bart. You can take it right out here to the stadium. Let's see if he gets off the train here. No, not yet.
Well, if you were an A's fan waiting for him to for Bart to get off Bart, you would have been very disappointed. 1-2 to Granderson. And a breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Colon.
Yeah, good solid breaking ball from Colon to pick up the strikeout. He was looking for the express and got the local. And we talked about Colon being third on the all-time wins list for pitchers from Dominican Republic. He's also third in the all-time strikeout list, trailing both Pedro Martinez and Juan Marichal in strikeouts.
I'm learning a lot about you on this trip, Kenny. One is that you know your mass transit.
No.
And you drive very fast, apparently.
Well, we don't want that after.
Here's Alex Rodriguez, grounded to short in his first at bat. He's got Jeter on first. Jeter's given the Yankees a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third with his single that scored Eric Chavez. And little looper to first, and Rosales will have it. But not before the Yankees get the lead. They get a double by Eric Chavez to the gap in left center field. And then after a sacrifice bunt by catcher Chris Stewart, he moves him over, and Jeter gets him in with an RBI single.
Need a new car? Now's the time to get amazing deals from Toyota, the full-line brand with the longest-lasting vehicles during Toyota's Save in May sales event. Right now, get Memorial Day savings on RAV4 with 0% APR financing for a full 60 months. Or lease RAV4 for just $189 a month and get $500 bonus cash.
Toyota's Save in May sales event won't last long. So what are you waiting for?
Hurry in today.
We're your hero. Anytime, anyplace, anywhere with Majestic jerseys. If it happens in baseball, it happens in Majestic.
An airline has planes and people. And the planes can seem the same, so it comes down to the people. Because bad weather, the price of oil, those are every airline's reality. And solutions won't come from 500 tons of metal in the paint job. They'll come from people. Delta people, who made us one of the biggest airlines in the world and then decided that that wasn't enough.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World, and by Acura. Acura Advance. Well, this is Lake Merritt in Oakland. And Kenny, you would take, what, a speedboat across this, right?
It's a beautiful looking lake. You know, it kind of reminds you what you would see in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes. It would fit right into that picture up there.
Well, here's Josh Reddick leading things off in the third, playing right field today on the Lincoln scoreboard. Yankees now have the lead 2-1. A homer by Robinson Cano, and then Derek Jeter's RBI single in the top half of the third.
Although I would think that lake, what'd you say it was? Merritt?
Lake Merritt.
Lake Merritt very rarely freezes.
Reddick to center field. Granderson chasing, and he'll watch it go. 405 feet away. Reddick with his 13th home run of the season, second in as many nights, and it ties the ball game up at 2.
Well, we mentioned with Cespedes out of the lineup, he is the prime power source for the Oakland A's, and he goes dead central here at the Coliseum, middle of the plate, and gone. And just like that, the A's have tied the game.
We had, what, 5 home runs last night?
Wow.
We've had 2 in this one. That's surprising to see here at the Coliseum.
Well, the ball travels better in the day games.
That is the 4th home run allowed by CC Sabathia over the last 3 games. And it's all about fastball command for him and putting it where he wants. And he hasn't been able to do that consistently and losing 2 straight. He's never lost 3 in a row as a Yankee. Wind is blowing out. And again, we showed you on our Bigelow T weather about 15 miles an hour. Johnny Gomes singled in the first. And he drove in the first run of the game for the A's. And a swing and a miss evens the count at 2-2.
CC came back with a changeup, had Gomes out in front. Of course, Yankee fans remember Johnny Gomes when he was with the Rays, or the then Devil Rays.
And Gomes driving one out to right field. Swisher in, and with a little bit of a slide, makes the catch. One away here in the third.
Tell you what, Swisher had one of his better all-around games last night. Not only with the 2 hits and a home run, but made some good plays defensively. Another one here. Sliding catch to rob Johnny Gomes of a base hit. Swish was all over right field last night. And did the job at the plate as well. Maybe coming back to where he started.
Josh Donaldson grounded to second in his first at bat. You ever feel a lot more comfortable in certain visiting ballparks rather than others?
Well, you know, Swish had some of his best home run year here with the A's when he hit 35 a few years ago. And fans seem to remember him. Everybody's yelling, "Hey, Nick," when he walks on the field.
And ball lifted out to left field. Ibanez along the line in foul territory, and with about a step to go before he reaches the wall, makes it out number 2.
Tell you what, he had to battle the sun a little bit, the glare in the sky, and maybe the fans down the left field line. I don't know if you'll see a hand reach over here. Yep, with a glove. But Ibanez stays with it, is able to make the play for out number 2.
Fighting off a variety of distractions out there in left field. And with 2 away here in the third, it's Kurt Suzuki. CC walked him back in the second.
We all know how good a hitter Ichiro Suzuki is with Seattle. The Yankees will see the Mariners later on this year. But it's actually Kurt Suzuki has a higher lifetime batting average against the Yankees. Not by much. Ichiro, the .316 hitter, and Kurt, a .322 career hitter against the Yankees.
Told you earlier he has 3 career homers against CC, fouling one off into the seats.
I believe he hit 2 of them in one game. Yeah, the thing about it, we talked about Suzuki last night, that he continues to catch game after game after game. He's catching a day game after a night game today. He's caught all the Cologne starts. This is the 5th time, Bob, that he's caught a day game after a night game. And in those particular day games that follow the night games, he's only 1 for 14. So.
And you mentioned he's also got a banged up thumb on his catching hand.
Yeah.
His left hand. You see Cologne ready to get back out there. He's got a little bit of offensive support here in this 3rd inning with the solo home run by Reddick to tie it at 2.
Now there's the backup catcher for the A's, Anthony Recker.
Two-2 to Suzuki. A little slider missing outside, so the count goes full.
CC trying to pick off the outside corner. Yep, you see Stewart's glove just reach off the plate for the reception.
Suzuki's staying alive, fouling another one away. So hanging in there against CeCe, whose pitch count is up to 56 here in the third.
Well, if you're the A's, this is what you want. You want to hang around CeCe Sabathia, get his pitch count up, maybe get him out of the ball game, and try and work on the Yankee bullpen, which has been no bargain for the rest of the league.
3-2 again. And a fastball just misses, and for the second straight inning, Suzuki's aboard with a walk.
Yeah, if you're CeCe Sabathia, you got to have some bounce back innings here. Innings where you can get the A's out to 10 or less pitches. And he's capable of doing that, pitching his way back into the game. As far as the pitch count is concerned, he's into the game. I mean, it's a 2-2 game.
Here's Cliff Pennington. He struck him out in his last at bat. Starts him off with a strike.
All the very good pitchers, and certainly CeCe falls into that category. Even when they don't have their best stuff, they can win games. They piece it together.
He'll battle and fight to give you 7 innings. Maybe even get you into the 8th. Depends on the score of the game. This is obviously a tie ball game so far. Suzuki on first with a 2-out walk. And Pennington squares, pulls it back, and it's 2-1. Does look like he's been fighting himself out there a little bit over his past few starts.
Just a little bit, certainly today. You think back to that inning he had against Cincinnati where he walked the go-ahead run in after what was it, 3 successive walks. That's right. Certainly unlike CeCe Sabathia. And as I mentioned, sometimes your mechanics get a little out of whack. It's up to you on your work days, your throw days, in between starts. That's when you got to iron things out again, get everything going in the right direction.
And a swing and a miss. So he gets Pennington for a second straight time. Well, Robinson Cano has had a good stay by the Bay. Last night, career homer number 150. This afternoon, he makes it back-to-back games with a homer, and he'll lead things off in the top of the 4th.
After 27 World Series titles and more than a century of history, the New York Yankees wouldn't just have any car company be the team's official luxury vehicle. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees.
In today's uncertain economy, are you struggling with credit card bills you can't afford, unpaid medical bills, or past due mortgage payments? To find out your options and to see if bankruptcy is the right solution for you, call 888-LAW-9600. Unlike debt settlement programs, bankruptcy can stop the harassing creditor calls, lawsuits, and foreclosure proceedings.
I'm David Pankin. For over 15 years, my firm has helped thousands of clients take control of their financial situation.
The law offices of David I. Pankin can help get you back on financial track while protecting your home, cars, and peace of mind.
And remember, bankruptcy is not the end. It's a new beginning.
Call 888-LAW-9600 for your free confidential consultation. That's 888-LAW-9600 or visit debtlawyer.com for more information.
With MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV, your team follows you, no matter how far away you may be. It's your own season tickets up to 80 games a week, including up to 40 in crystal clear HD. Order MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV and bring your favorite team home today.
By the way, new uniform, amazing.
Top of the 4th here in Oakland, and it's time for the New York State Smokers Quit Line Quiz. And the question is, last night Mark Teixeira hit his 320th career home run. Who were the only 5 switch hitters all time to have 350-plus career home runs? And Cano has gone deep. back-to-back games. First time this season he's homered in back-to-back games. Seven homers, 20 runs batted in, and fouls that one away. Last inning, Cologne, just 1 ball and 13 strikes.
Go up there hacking.
Is it just really a matter of hoping you get a flat fastball instead of that little two-seamer that tails away from you?
Well, either that or one towards the middle of the plate. He threw one towards the middle of the plate for Cano. Leading off the inning in the second. Cano's in the same situation here in the fourth. Leading off the inning. Cologne is not going to walk you. He's going to throw strikes. And I think Robbie might have helped him out on that one. That's every once in a while you see Cano take that little walk around home plate. It's usually because he has swung out something out of the strike zone like that one. And it's sort of like a little reminder. Goes for the walk. Just settle himself down. Then step back in.
A small period of reflection, meditation. Get back into your Zen spot.
Or aggravation.
Maybe, yeah. 1-2. And Cano drives one out to left field. Cowgill stops in his tracks and then backs up a couple steps for the first out.
Now batting, number 25, Mark Teixeira.
Cologne, 39 years old, just had a birthday.
Last Thursday. Well, here's Mark Teixeira. Flew out to right field in his first at bat.
Here is our Home Depot hitter scouting report. Century Mark. His next run batted in against the A's will be his 100th against Oakland, and his fielding percentage the best all time for a first baseman. And the third point, Ruth, Maris, and Rodriguez. Babe Ruth, Roger Maris, and Alex Rodriguez, and Mark Teixeira, the only players in Yankee history to have at least 30 home runs in each of their first 3 seasons with the team. That's some good company.
No doubt about it. Last night, the home run was his 6th of the year. And Teixeira hanging in there, fouling that one away.
Even on an 0-2 pitch, Cologne not wasting it. Threw a strike.
Right. And the 0-2 again. Just missing. Little changeup. Now you talk about how efficient he is around the strike zone. Cologne has walked no more than 1 hitter in 7 of his 10 starts. In fact, he averages about 1.46 walks per 9 innings. That's 3rd best in the American League. 1-2 to Teixeira. Missing away again, 2-2.
And you notice when he misses, he doesn't miss by much. He's definitely trying to throw the perfect strike on that pitch. It would have been down and away at the knees trying to get a called 3rd strike. Let's see what they come back with. Watch where Suzuki sets up. Something on the inside corner.
And Teixeira puts the hammer down on that one. Out to right field and gone. And just like that, the Yankees have regained the lead 3-2. So not only has Cano homered in back-to-back games, but now Teixeira has as well.
There's your century mark. His 100th career run batted in against the Oakland A's, and it's a home run. Suzuki put the target in just a smidgen. That pitch was towards the middle of the plate, and that's why that baseball is now a souvenir. Missed the target, not by much, less than a foot, but the Sheriff follows through, 2nd straight day with a home run here in Oakland.
And here's Raul Ibanez lifting one out to center field. And Coco Crisp 2 steps onto the warning track, has it for out number 2. You know, Cologne lives with that 2-seam fastball, the great movement on it, but sometimes he dies by it as well if it tails right over the plate.
Especially with hitters like Cano and Teixeira.
Now batting, number 33, Nick.
10 home runs allowed, all solos.
It's unbelievable.
There's some great pitchers who gave up a lot of home runs, but this solo, I think of Catfish Hunter. I think of Ferguson Jenkins. They gave up a lot of homers, but very rarely were there men on base.
Here's Swisher with 2 away. Well, the guys that homered last night for the Yankees have both gone deep. 2 of the 3. Swisher would be the other one. And Swisher drives a line drive out to right. Reddick will have to play that off the base of the wall. Swisher hustling towards second, and with a slide, he's in with a double. Well, it has been extra base hits galore, Kenny, for the Yankees. 7 of their 12 hits last night, extra base hits, and Swisher keeps it up on this one.
Yeah, they've only had 1 single out of all their hits in this ball game. They've had 5 hits for them for extra bases, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. And the only single, the RBI single for Derek Jeter last inning.
And Eric Chavez at the plate. He doubled in the last inning and came around on Jeter's single. One of the other extra base hits. And Chavez to the right side. First pitch swinging. Rosales has it. To Colon covering. But the Yankees get the job done again, thanks to Mark Teixeira. For the second straight game here in Oakland, he tees off, and the Yankees have the lead again, 3-2.
Okay, New York, it's Memorial Day, and that means parties, picnics, and big savings at J&R. Download your coupon at jr.com and get $15 off. Save $65 on this wireless printer, or get these speakers for $454. J&R's Memorial Day sale. Come downtown and save.
Trophies and awards lift you up, but they can also hold you back. Unless you ask, what's next? This is the next level of performance, the next level of innovation, the next RX, the all-new F-Sport. This is the pursuit of perfection.
The world is filled with bold flavors. At Boar's Head, it's our mission to find them and bring them to the American deli. The spice markets of Mexico inspired our smoky chipotle chicken. The peppers of Brazil, these are beautiful, opened our eyes to a 3-pepper Colby Jack. And in Jamaica, the idea for jerk turkey was born. America, say hello to Boar's Head Bold. Discover bold flavor.
Celebrate Memorial Day at your GMC dealer. And now's the time to see our smaller SUV with 32 highway miles per gallon standard. Or the first ever Acadia Denali, our newest 8-passenger crossover. This Memorial Day, isn't it time for a new grill?
Celebrate Memorial Day and lease this 2012 GMC Acadia SL for $279 per month. See your Tri-State Buick GMC dealer.
And we're back at the bottom of the 4th with the answer to today's New York Smokers Quitline quiz. Today, Mark Teixeira hit his 321st career homer, who are the only other 5-switch hitters all time to have more than 350 career home runs. And CeCe deals to Adam Rosales there for the first pitch strike. Let's get the answer to that.
Mickey Mantle, Eddie Murray, Chili Davis, and Lance Berkman, and Chippa. We're going to see Chipper Jones this year.
And of course, we've already seen Chili Davis. He's the hitting coach for the A's this year. 3-2 Yankees lead it. 5 hits apiece for the Yankees and A's. But homers by Cano and Teixeira have helped power the Yanks to the lead. Rosales flew out to right field against CeCe back in the 2nd.
Looking at CeCe's pitching today, he hasn't had an easy inning. He hasn't had a 1-2-3. And after the Yankees give him the lead right back, you'd like to see him come out and just shut him down and get the offense back cracking.
And a swing and a foul tip evens the count at 2-2. He's at 66 pitches here in the 4th. He has a run of 17 regular season starts of 100 or more pitches. So that's kind of that grinding it out mentality, Ken, you were talking about. 2-2 to Rosales. And a fastball missing away at 93 miles an hour. Moves the count full. Rosales hard hit to short. Jeter over to Teixeira. Nice little scoop. One away.
There is Chili Davis, an author of 350 switch hit home runs. The if I remember correctly, he hit his last home run at Tropicana Field. I might be wrong about that. 350.
Well, he hit a lot in a lot of parks. There's no doubt about that. Here's Colin Cowgill, singled off CC in the second.
Remember years ago when he was playing with the Angels, his teammate was JT Snow, and you know, giving the highlights of ball games while I was doing radio in Montreal. Occasionally they would both hit home runs in the same game.
And there's Cowgill to center. Brandis will back up, a one-out single.
Cowgill has his second hit. I would say, you know, when you get, it's chilly, you get snow. And JT Snow at homer, as well as Chili Davis in the same game. And he finished his career with the Yankees, and I believe here's a home run here in Oakland. You know, if I'm not mistaken, there's one at the stadium, but I do think his last home run was at Tropicana Field.
So what you're saying is chili and snow iced a lot of wins for the Giants. Kenny, we could do this all day long.
Yeah, we could. You know, I was just informed by the truck his last home run was against Wilson Alvarez of the Rays.
Ball gets away from Stewart, and that allows Cowgill to advance to second.
I believe that's going to be a pass ball. Here's the replay, and to me, that's a. They call it a wild pitch. That ball did not hit in the dirt. I know he had to reach for it.
It was within glove range. He did have a lot of movement on it.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was a wild pitch. But you know what? I'm going to leave pass ball in here for a while.
Well, the official score made a change last night.
Yeah, he did.
Went from hit to error, so we'll see what happens. Here's Jemile Weeks, couple singles to his credit. So the bottom and then top of the order has been productive so far for the A's. Cowgill with 2 singles and Weeks as well. And Weeks a little chopper to second. Cano will have it. Get the speedy Weeks running to first, but that advances Cowgill to third with 2 away. Well, CC has been able to get Coco Crisp a couple times this afternoon. A sacrifice bunt, scored at 1-4, and then a ground ball to short. Cowgill's on third with 2 away. And starts him off with the first pitch strike.
We're getting near the month of June, and when you look up at the scoreboard and your batting average is 165, you know you got to pump up the volume pretty soon here. If you're Coco Crisp.
And a chopper to second, and that won't get it done. Cano on to first, and that'll do it. So CC gives up a single, but they can't get the runner in. Yankees hanging on to the lead here, 3-2.
It's an event so big, we couldn't keep it all inside. Nissan's National Tent Event is back. with up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers. Now, save up to $3,650 on Altima or up to $2,500 on Nissan Rogue. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer. These amazing deals and bonus cash absolutely end May 31st.
This is Mission Control. You are go for re-entry. Coors Light Silver Bullet Pine. We are cleared for 16 ounces of refreshment. Resealable cap disengaged. That's one giant pint for mankind. Cross-brewed Coors Light, the summer's most refreshing beer.
At OD, we may be in shipping, but your business is our business. No matter what you ship, it's a promise to a customer, and we'll help you keep it with on-time and safety records that are among the industry's best. OD, helping the world keep promises.
Nancy Newman in our Yes Studios with your Audi update. Let's take a look at the Royals and Orioles as they continue their series. Bottom three, that's J.J. Hardy sending it out of the reach of Alex Gordon and over the left field wall off Felipe Polino. His 10th of the year, 2 zip bowls. Wei-Yin Chen looking to run his record up to 5-1 on the season for the O's. Back to the Bay, guys. Bob, Kenny.
All right, Nancy, thank you. It is the top of the 5th here in Oakland, and the Yankees have a 3-2 lead. Matchup of Sabathia and Colon. And Chris Stewart leading things off here in the top of the 5th. Colon has the edge in terms of pitches thrown, just 52, as Stewart lays a bunt down foul. But it's CeCe with the lead.
Bob, by the way, they changed the wild pitch to a pass.
They did.
Yeah, so I'm glad I didn't go to the whiteout. You know, I saved on them.
You have an incredible power to change things.
No, I'm sure they didn't listen to what I said. All you got to do is look at the replay.
Well, Stewart in his first plate appearance had a sacrifice bunt that moved Eric Chavez after a leadoff double to third, and then Derek Jeter knocked him in.
Well, it's good to see the Yankees diversifying the offense a little bit. The other 2 runs have scored on home runs.
And Stewart with a base hit. Well, follow the Yankees with the MLB.com @Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @Bat to 31826 or visit Yankees.com for details. Leadoff single for Chris Stewart, and back to the top of the lineup, and Derek Jeter, who is lined out to center field and come up with an RBI single in the 3rd. Crowd of 27,112 here at O.co Coliseum today. A little more than 33,000 last night for the series opener.
Holiday weekend. A couple of throws over the first, trying to hold Stewart close. Derek Jeter's always a threat to bunt in these situations. See if he's trying to get the runner across.
And Jeter, little bunt to Colon. Is Weeks going to cover in time? No. Colon takes a look and knows that he's not going to get Jeter. So a well-placed and well-timed bunt, and the Yankees have the first 2 aboard.
Yeah, Jeter was going for a sacrifice. He's trying to, but Weeks, well, he's a week late. That's what he is over at first base. My goodness, watch this. He kind of crawls over. And right here, it looked like he hesitated a bit. You can see Rosales out of the play. No place for Colon to go with the ball. And Jeter picks up a base hit, which ties him with George Brett on the all-time list. So Jamal Weeks late on the play, getting over the first base to cover.
And Kenny, that rotation by a second baseman is almost supposed to be textbook, right?
It is. This is one of the first things you learn as a second baseman. The hitter squares around the bunt, you cover first base.
Well, it's got the Yankees in a good spot against Colon here in the top of the 5th. First 2 aboard, and now Curtis Granderson, who drives one out to left field. Cowgill tracking it. Just a step in front of the warning track. Stewart tags and moves from second to third. So one away and runners at first and third for the Yankees.
Yeah, productive out for Curtis Granderson. And once again, he goes to the opposite field. There's Derek Jeter, now tied for 14th on the all-time list. Cal Ripken would be next.
Number 13, Alex.
All with Hall of Fame credentials. That's good company to be in. Jeter is 2 for 3 today. Again, after going 0 for 5 last night, and that's very rare. In fact, he's played 67 regular season games here. This is his 68th, and it was only the second time he'd ever done an 0 for 5 here. So he's back on the hitting track. Most of the Yankees are, and with runners at first and third, here's Alex Rodriguez driving one out to right field and a line drive into the glove of Reddick, but that will allow Stewart to score easily from third. So get him over, get him in, works again. The Yankees have a 4-2 lead.
It's good to see, because the Yankees for a while there, when they were struggling to score, were a home run oriented offense, and today the little things are starting to happen. You saw a sacrifice bunt set up a run in the third inning. Now a bunt actually set, it was supposed to be a sacrifice bunt, sets up a run here as Jeter got himself a base hit. A-Rod delivers a sacrifice fly. Yeah, we talk about the A-Rod and Jeter. It seems like every time they do something, they're moving up on an all-time list. And my ex-teammate Eddie Murray, Eddie might be listening, or somebody's going to tell him, A-Rod's only now 5 runs batted in behind him on the all-time list. Eddie is 7th all-time.
Well, here's Robinson Cano, already homered in this game, his 7th home run of the season, and lined out to left field. 2 away here in the top of the 5th, and the Yankees now with a 4-2 lead. And the Yankees taking advantage of the fact that Bartolo Colon is always around the strike zone.
Yankees have scored in 4 straight innings now.
And Cano rips one down the right field line and fair. Reddick will chase it into the corner. Jeter rounding. Robbie Thompson going to hold him up at third. So a 2-out double by Robinson Cano, and the Yankees with 2 in scoring position once again, and a chance to do some more damage with Mark Teixeira coming up.
Yeah, Cano didn't waste any time jumping on the first pitch, and I was watching Reddick closely. It was a matter of how well he got this ball out of the corner, if Derek Jeter was going to be able to score or not. Ball gets out there in an eye blink, but Reddick does a good job. You should be able to play the corners in your home stadium. You know how the ball's going to react off the wall. Reddick has a strong arm, and he got the ball to Weeks very quickly. Rosales, no chance. The ball over his head. Jeter to third. Robbie Thompson well down the line watching the what's happening in right field, and decides to hold the captain at third.
So now a chance for Mark Teixeira to keep the line moving, do some more damage here with 2 outs. He homered in his last at bat in the 4th. It was number 7 on the season for him. And here all it takes is a base hit to knock in 2. A's with some activity in the bullpen. Jordan Norberto out in the pen right now. Colon trying to get out of a jam and keep it a 2-run game. And Teixeira going to beat the shift. Gets one by Jamal Weeks. Derek Jeter scores, and Robinson Cano will follow. A 2-run single for Mark Teixeira, and the Yankees have a 6-2 lead.
The A's bullpen is busy, and so is Mark Teixeira. Following the home run last inning with a 2-run single here in the 5th.
And, you know, Ken, you think back to when they lost 6 of 7. You know, part of it was not coming through, but part of it was also problems in just not getting breaks, hitting right into the teeth of a shift. And instead today he beats the shift and knocks in 2. So the Yankees getting the job done. And now it's Raul Ibanez with Teixeira on first.
One thing you see in this particular inning and throughout the game, the Yankees are swinging early in the count. They know Colon throws strikes, and they don't want him to get ahead on counts where he can start moving the ball towards the corners and really working them over. So a lot of these hits have come early, first or second pitch in the count.
And in fact, Cologne came into this inning with just 52 pitches.
Exactly.
He's thrown 12 in this inning,
Yeah.
and they've already scored 3 runs against him.
That's doing it quickly. 3 runs with 12 pitches.
Raul Ibanez lifts one out into left center field. Cowgill is over, calls off Crisp, and that will do it. But not before the Yankees offense gets back to work against Cologne and scores 3 more runs for a 6-2 lead.
See ya! Alex Rodriguez, the youngest man ever to get to 600 home runs.
Come on to Yankee Stadium to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Bring a group of your friends, family members, or business associates out to Yankee Stadium and enjoy Yankees baseball in a private party suite or in one of our great group locations. For more information, visit Yankees.com, call 212-YANKEES, or email groups@Yankees.com.
We hurried.
It's a Chevy Memorial Day event, right?
Yeah, that's right. We hurried fast enough? Don't worry, you made it in time. There's still plenty of award-winning 2012 models left to choose from.
We hurried.
You want to take a look at some Chevys?
Visit ChevyOffers.com. Now well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Cruze LS for around $139 per month. Or well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Malibu LS for around $159 per month.
Meet the Mazda crossovers, the 5-passenger Mazda CX-7 and the 7-passenger Mazda CX-9. Style, luxury, safety, plus one feature that trumps them all: how it drives. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? Now, lease the Mazda CX-9 for only $279 a month.
New York's new 92.3 now.
I love it.
Everyone's making the switch.
Best music on the radio.
Hit music. New York's new
Love this radio station.
92.3 now.
Well, the Yankees offense has staked CC Sabathia to a 6-2 lead. Here as we head to the bottom of the 5th, there's CC's mom on the left.
Sure, she's feeling a lot better with a 4-run lead now. Now, to illustrate my point last inning, and I'll wait till after this first pitch to Reddick here. Chris Stewart hit the 3rd pitch. Derek Jeter hit the 1st pitch. Granderson hit the 1st pitch. A-Rod hit the 1st pitch. Cano hit the 2nd. Teixeira hit the 2nd. And Ibanez hit the 3rd. So it didn't take long for the Yankees to get 3 runs last inning. All because they know Cologne's going to throw strikes.
Well, Josh Reddick hit his 13th home run of the season off CC back in the 3rd. At that point, it had tied the game at 2. And a weak little swing and a slow roller to Jeter. Cross body, got him, 1 away. Well, again, back in Vallejo, California, this is the field that CC helped build. Now named after him at Vallejo High School.
Well, it was a wide open game, 10-9. Looks like the visitors won.
Spends a lot of time there in the off season. And does a lot of work in the community.
Very charitable man. He and his wife Amber.
And here's Johnny Gomes, singled in the 1st and lined out to right field in the 3rd. Signed in the offseason by the A's, a team looking for power. He spent last season with the Reds and then was traded before the trade deadline to the Nationals. Fouled away, and CC quickly ahead 1-2. That really is the tale of 2 CCs in this ball game. When he's ahead, he's effective. When he's behind, he really just gets himself into trouble. On 1 and 2, Gomes fouls it into the seats to stay alive.
I think there's an indication that Bartolo Colon's day is over. The bullpen is still going for the A's. It's left-handed Jordan Norberto. So Colon might be done.
One-two to Gomes. Hit up the middle. Jeter's got it. And on the first, nice stretch by Teixeira to keep his foot on the bag and get the second out.
I don't know if Jeter touched that ball, or I should say CC touched that ball or not. It's going to break down as an out. Jeter made a nice play here, throwing on the run across his body, gets it there just ahead of Johnny Gomes. Jeter with two nice plays. The one on Reddick was nicely done, but that one was even tougher.
And with 2 away, here's Josh Donaldson. Grounded to second, and he's flown out to left. CC starts him with a strike outside, 0-1.
There's an oddity about Donaldson. He's not hitting all that well, but he has not drawn a base on balls this year. And that kind of goes against what the A's thinking of. They're in the money ball situation, deep in counts, and Donaldson has over 75 at bats, has not had a walk.
I think the money ball thing has changed over time from dollar bills to loose change because the numbers just aren't the same. That philosophy is not being supported by many of the hitters in this lineup. CC quickly ahead 0-2. And Donaldson able to stay alive on the outside fastball. Bartolo Colon has had a rough afternoon at the hands of the Yankees offense. They've scored 6 runs in 5 innings against him. CC comes with a slider and misses in the dirt, 1-2. And 1-2 and a swing and a miss. So Sabathia getting the job done. A 1-2-3 5th inning, and Bartolo Colon will come back out and down 6-2.
To some, this is their soup. To others, this is their soup. So right now it's buy one, get one free on most everything in the store. Because the key to dressing well is to suit yourself. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
If you think you have to put off getting a new car, think twice, as in Bay Ridge Nissan.
And Nissan of Manhattan.
The combined strength of 2 of New York's biggest Nissan dealers can offer you easy, low-cost financing.
With twice the selection, twice the credit available.
That means our prices just can't be beat, and we can prove it. Just bring in any ad.
2 times the service.
2 times the savings.
So come in and see how the power of 2
makes beating any price
twice as nice.
When I was a young pup, I learned how to sniff out the pick of the pre-owned Lexus litter and how to be a woman or man's best friend when it came to finding the lowest prices. Now that I'm older, I look back on my pedigree and feel pride in the thousands of people who've lapped up the savings I've pointed them to. Like a dog with a bone, I won't stop until you find the model, year, and color you'll love or exchange it within 48 hours with our worry-free exchange policy. Don't get me wrong, working like a dog to hunt down the perfect pre-owned Lexus for you wasn't all hard work.
Now more than ever, you need to be smarter with your money. Making every dollar count yields value. That's why the smart money is going to Acura of Manhattan, where the value of the cars we sell is high and our prices are low. You'll find luxury is standard at Acura of Manhattan, and that standard is high. Here's a smart plate.
A brand new 2012 MDX, wisely priced at only $449 per month.
The smart money comes to Acura of Manhattan because it's smart to get luxury for less.
Well, Time Warner customers, you won't have to miss a game again now that you can watch live Yes Network Yankees games on your PCs or laptops with Time Warner Cable. Get a full season of live Yankees games on the go for just $49.99. If you're a Time Warner Cable customer, go to yesnetwork.com to get more information and subscribe now. Top of the sixth in Oakland, and the Yankees have a 6-2 lead. Bartolo Colon back out there at just 65 pitches. That was number 66 on his afternoon, facing the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Nick Swisher is grounded to second and double.
But even so, with him throwing, Norberto continues to throw. So there's double barrel action, and one in the bullpen and a man on the mound. So it won't take long. If the Yankees start to rally at all, you'll see Norberto come into the game.
Well, he came into the inning with 65 pitches, 48 of those strikes. And he's added 2 more. Swisher quickly behind 0-2. And a swing and a miss, 1 away. Well, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Here's Eric Chavez batting 8th today and playing 3rd. He's doubled and grounded to first. And looks at a breaking ball. Another strike. 0-1. And Chavez thought he was able to check himself, but Corey Blazer, the third base umpire, rings him up. So 0-2. Fastball missing outside. 1-2.
You saw that check swing by Chavez that was called a swing when the umpire made the decision at third base, Corey Blazer. In all my years of playing, Bob, I can't remember only one time that I thought I actually swung at it and they didn't call it a strike. And I remember the pitch. It was Ron Guidry was pitching. It was at Yankee Stadium. And I knew that I'd gone too far, and the first base umpire said no, and I just felt like, wow, a reprieve. I think I struck out anyway during the at bat, but
got a little extra life.
Yeah, for what?
Chavez lining one right at Donaldson for the second out.
Well, Chavez used to make those plays in an A's uniform as the third baseman. 6 straight gold gloves as he lines out the Donaldson at third.
And with 2 away, that'll bring up Chris Stewart. Stewart has laid down a sacrifice bunt, and he singled back in the 5th and scored. And first pitch swinging, pops it up. And Donaldson will have it. So just like that, a 1-2-3 inning for Colon. A good bounce back inning for him, but his team still down by 4.
Ladies, we dropping you guys off somewhere?
No, we're coming with.
I'm right behind you guys. It's really beautiful out here, huh?
Cheers!
All right. Do we want to take a picture of me?
Matt, do you want some help?
I'm good. Night, Matt. Night, guys.
Good night.
Miss Sally, I need a new pencil.
I'm out of paper. My notebook's all filled up.
My dad delivers school supplies for W.B. Mason.
Really?
Here's his catalog.
Papers, pencils, and notebooks.
Now we can finish our test. What do we say to this kind man?
Huh? Who but W.B.
Ah, the long weekend. Time to relax and clear your mind. Oh wait, it's time for the Honda Memorial Day sales event. That means it's time to go out and get a great deal, like 0.9% APR for up to 60 months on Accord, Odyssey, Pilot, and select Civic models. All amazing, all Hondas, and only a Honda is a Honda. The most trusted car brand in America, according to KBB.com. But hurry in before these Memorial Day deals you've been thinking about disappear.
Hi, I'm Russell Martin, catcher for the New York Yankees. Today we're going to demonstrate some capoeira.
Tomorrow on a new Yankees on Deck, the Bombers backstop learns the art of this Brazilian martial arts mashup. Plus,
how do you know when there's an elephant in your fridge?
Find out the answer on a new episode of Yankees on Deck presented by Blimpie. Tomorrow at noon and 8:30, only on Yes.
And we're back here in the bottom of the sixth. Time for another look at today's Toyota Text Bowl. Once again, the question, which A's Hall of Fame closer would you most want to close out a big game? You've been texting all game, and here's how you voted. 53% of you wanted Raleigh Fingers, 47% Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah, that's close. I'll tell you what, A's fans would tell you couldn't go wrong either way.
It's like a pick your poison kind of answer.
Both in the Hall of Fame.
And CC Sabathia goes to work there in the bottom of the sixth with a 6-2 lead. And finally, last inning, Kenny having a pretty efficient inning, his first of the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was a 13-pitch inning. Still 90 pitches in the sixth.
Kurt Suzuki has drawn 2 walks off of CC. This time grounds it to second. Nice diving stop by Cano. 1 away.
I'll tell you, between Cano and Teixeira on the right side of the infield, you are going to see spectacular plays on almost a daily or nightly basis. One of those two is going to come up with a play that'll have you shaking your head and say, wow, not many guys in the league can do this. And this is one of them. This ball looked like it was going into right field. Cano had different ideas. Stretches out, comes up with it, strong arms at the first for the out.
And how deflating a feeling for the guy at the plate. Suzuki saw a base hit potentially taken away. A little pop there by Cliff Pennington. And there's another one by Cano as he tracks it into shallow right center. 2 away. That's where I think he has value. He's so good around second base, but tracking some of those balls that are over his head, and he has to make the over-the-head catch, much like Jeter at short. Cano has a propensity to do that.
Then on the other side of the ball today, he's 2 for 2, 2 for 3 with a home run and a double and a run batted in. CeCe's trying to have his second straight quick inning here.
Starts Rosales off with a strike. Rosales is flown out to right and grounded to short. Good news is that pitch count keeps getting lower and lower. The 4th, 5th, and now 6th inning. A very efficient inning here so far. CC missing inside, even the count at 1-1. This is where CC really starts grinding to try and extend his outing. 95 pitches. Here comes the 96th to Rosales. And ground ball fouled away.
If you get Rosales here, you can see him at least getting through 7.
Line drive center field, right in the tracks of Curtis Granderson. So a 1-2-3 inning again for CC Sabathia. 2 in a row. He's retired 8 straight and leads it 6-2.
Become a Yankees Universe MVP member today. MVP members enjoy exclusive benefits highlighted by 2 field-level tickets to a select 2012 regular season home game.
Members also receive a Yankees Universe hooded sweatshirt, a Yankees hat, a Yankees Universe banner,
and a limited edition Mariano Rivera bobblehead.
A portion of all proceeds are donated to Memorial Sloan Kettering, benefiting pediatric cancer research. So join Yankees Universe today by visiting Yankees.com or by calling 1-800-GO-YANKS.
A route map shows you where we go, but not how we get there. Because in this business, there are no straight lines, only the twists and turns of an unpredictable industry. So the 80,000 employees at Delta must anticipate the unexpected and never let the rules overrule common sense. This is how we tame the unwieldiness of air travel, until it's not just lines you see, it's the world.
With our best Infinity selection of the season, there's never been a better time to get into the luxury brand known for standing out. Visit your retailer now at the Infinity Limited Engagement Spring Event, featuring exceptional offers on all models. Lease an Infinity G Sedan for only $289 a month. Infinity, inspired performance.
Rotation questions, lineup changes, injury updates. Joe knows.
Absolutely.
And you will too when you watch WB Mason presents The Joe Girardi Show. It's a review. It's a preview. It's your complete view of the only team that matters. New every Sunday, only on Yes.
And we are back in Oakland here as we begin the top half of the 7th inning, and the Yankees leading 6-2, and a familiar face to not only us at Yes, but all our viewers, our former analyst, now Golden State Warriors head coach Mark Jackson.
Well, of course, out of St. John's University, great point guard in his day, not only college, but in the NBA. And who knows, he might be making a deal right now.
Well, he is a Yankees fan, and the Cadillac scoreboard shows the Yankees up 6-2. Derek Jeter leading things off. If he was an A's fan, he might be saying, "You're better than that." Here's Jordan Norberto in relief of Colon.
I don't think he's saying that right.
He's screaming it into his cell phone right now, and people around him are looking like he's a crazy person. It's his catchphrase.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Jeter 2 for 3 off Colon, 2 singles, an RBI, and a run. So again, a very productive day against Colon, who kept the pitch count down, but the Yankees just got to him, scoring 6 runs in 6 innings. Well, this call to the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. And we saw the numbers on Norberto. The bullpen has been one of the bright spots for Bob Melvin.
And Norberto's had a good month of May. He's working to an ERA of 2.19. He's given up 1 run in 11 innings this month.
And Jeter a chopper to short. Pennington over to first, 1 away. I believe Norberto also has one of the largest beards by volume in the majors.
Dictator.
Well, here's Curtis Granderson. He'd like to join the hit parade. 0 for 3 this afternoon. Very good against lefties. Why do you think that is? That he just, for about the past year and a half, something clicked and he's hit him really well.
You know, he's been able to stay on the ball a lot better. 5 home runs against lefties this year. After leading the major leagues in home runs against lefties last year.
Quickly ahead 2-0 against Norberto. Chopper foul. Mick Kelleher, a little Olay over in the first base box.
Yeah, he gave that one a wide berth. That was hit pretty hard.
Two-two to Granderson.
Look at him. Jeez. I have flashbacks.
It was almost like the pitch to Swisher last night. It's like it looks like it went right through him. So 3-2 now to Granderson. And Roberto misses, and Granderson's aboard.
What a wide berth. That was hit pretty hard.
Two-two to Granderson.
Look at him. Jeez. I have flashbacks.
It was almost like the pitch to Swisher last night. It's like it looks like it went right through him. So 3-2 now to Granderson. And Roberto misses, and Granderson's aboard.
That was the first walk handed out by an A's pitcher today. Cologne, as we mentioned, strike throw, not going to walk many people.
Well, here's Alex Rodriguez. Also would like to get in on the hit act. He's grounded to short, popped to first, and flown out to right field. He does have a run batted in on a sacrifice fly. And Roberto misses 1-0. Roberto missing, fastball up again, and now it's 2-0.
A-Rod's got himself in a good hitter's count here. He's seen 2 fastballs, so he should have that gear as far as the speed is concerned. I don't know if the beard's going to throw him off a little bit, but
and fouled away. So maybe he's just following in the fine lineage of guys with facial hair for the A's. We had Raleigh Fingers and Dennis Eckersley as part of our Toyota Tex Bowl. Now he's got the beard.
maybe it's a Bay Area thing with Brian Wilson of the Giants.
And Granderson breaks towards second, and the throw down got him.
Well, Granderson caught stealing. He only has 1 steal so far this year. Remember, he had 25 stolen bases last year. There's the throw to second. It's in time as Pennington applies the tag. I don't know if Curtis gave away that he was going, but that will go 1-3-6. Caught stealing.
Always a tough throw by a first baseman, too.
That might be the man with the best pickoff move in the league. It's gotten to the point with Andy Pettit, other teams don't even think about running.
And a walk for Alex Rodriguez. 2 straight walks for Roberto.
Number 24, Robinson Cano.
Well, here's Robinson Cano. He's homered and doubled, scored a couple runs. Good afternoon for him.
Yeah, he's now hit 19 of his last 23 games. And right now he's got one of these key at bats going. He's hitting an even 300.
Just lost his gum. Hope that doesn't throw him off at all. CC Sabathia has battled a little bit today. Limited the A's to 2 runs. He's got a 4-run lead. Cano trying to add to it. Popping one up instead. Norberto looks like he wants it. Why do pitchers do that? I'll never understand it. But Donaldson wraps it up. So the Yankees get a couple aboard on walks, but nothing to it. 7th inning stretch, they're up by 4.
We began with the RX. Then we turned the page, creating the RX Hybrid. Now we've turned the page again with the all-new RX F-Sport. This is the next chapter for the RX. This is the next chapter for Lexus. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Agents, be on the lookout for aliens.
Try Dunkin's new Black Cocoa Cream Iced Coffee and call **DD for a text to capture your alien today. The galaxy runs on Dunkin'.
Legendary. Leadership. During the Leadership Sales Drive, get a new Ford Fusion with up to 33 miles per gallon. Now lease a Fusion for an amazing $139 a month. Unbeatable quality, undeniable value.
Get to your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Leadership isn't given, it's earned. During the Leadership Sales Drive, get a Ford Escape with up to 28 miles per gallon for an incredible $159 a month. Just $159. Most MPG, best value.
Get to your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Nancy Newman in our YES Studios with your Tri-State Ford update. Let's take a look at the Blue Jays and the Rangers from Texas. Top 7-5-4 runner on JP Arencibia. Dropping it into center, Jose Bautista. He's getting waved around as Josh Hamilton bobbles. Doesn't make the throw, so Bautista scores the game-tying run on the RBI single yesterday. Rangers all over the Jays. This one much, much tighter.
All right, Nancy, thank you. Let's get to our game summary brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. We've got a 6-2 game. Yankees powered by home runs again. Mark Teixeira with a solo home run. Robbie Cano has soloed as well. Teixeira also with an RBI single that knocked in 2. And then Derek Jeter with a couple of hits today. He's tied George Brett for 14th on the all-time hit list. And Kenny, what we're seeing is the theme is more than just home runs now. They've done a good job of manufacturing a few runs.
Yeah, we've seen some sacrifice flies on our Cadillac scoreboard. Yankees leading 6-2. Bottom of the 7th inning. CC Sabathia is still in there.
And starts things off with the number 9 hitter, Colin Cowgill, who has a couple singles against him today. CC's retired 8 in a row as his pitch count nears 100.
CC doing a little office work there.
And that off-speed pitch in for the 100th pitch on the afternoon for CC, and that marks his 18th straight start throwing at least 100 pitches. That is the 3rd longest active streak in the majors behind Detroit's Justin Verlander and James Shields. Verlander, by the way, has 62 in a row.
Remember Jim Leyland, the manager of the Tigers, they asked him, why did he leave Verlander in so long in a ball game? He says, because I like my job.
Smart man. And Cowgill down the right field line. Not enough foul territory for that one, at least for Swisher to get to it. Two and two to Cowgill. And kind of fisted into center field for a leadoff single, his 3rd of the afternoon. We'll stay right here after the last out for the WB Mason post game. Nancy Newman and Jack Curry have a complete recap of today's matchup. Plus Meredith Marakovitz gets the players' reaction from the clubhouse and Joe Girardi's comments in the manager's report. It's the WB Mason post game only on YES. Yankees trying to notch their 4th consecutive win. They've got a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. CC at 103 pitches, and he's back to the top of the A's order. Jamal Weeks has a couple hits off of him today. A 2 for 3 afternoon. Sabathia starts him off with a strike, 0-1. Weeks up the middle, Cano right there, quick flip to Jeter, on to first. Can't get Weeks because he's got the speed, but that was a terrific play around the second place bag on the parts of both Cano and Jeter.
Well, these are the two hitters that have given CC the most problems today. Cowgill has 3 hits and Weeks has 2. Weeks almost had another one. Look at the flip. Jeter steps on the bag. Can't get much on the throw, but Weeks has the speed to beat the relay. Cano just leaves it out there for Jeter to pick out of the air. And with the runner coming down on him, Cowgill, he couldn't really get much on the throw to complete the double play. But still, that was very flashy, to say the least.
And with Weeks on first now and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th, it's Coco Crisp, 0 for 3 this afternoon. Weeks always a threat to run. Corey Wade is up in the bullpen for the Yankees. In the A's bullpen has activity as well. Chopper to short. Jeter over to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Good speed on the part of both Crisp and Weeks, but 2 away. In the bullpen for the A's, Graham Godfrey, the right-hander. A little less bearded than Norberto, but bearded nonetheless. 2 away, Josh Reddick is the batter. Reddick, by the way, homering against CC back in the 3rd. And with 9 homers in the month of May, the last A's hitter with 9 homers in May, Mark McGwire in 1996. Lifts that one out to left center field. And Granderson is there for the final out of the 7th. So CC grinding his way through this one. He's got a 6-2 lead.
Every carton of delicious Turkey Hill Bronx Bomber Sundae and Pinstripe Brownie Blast is a chance to win Yankees tickets.
Ugh, brain freeze. Bring in the closer.
So get into the game with Turkey Hill, official ice cream of the New York Yankees.
Hit it out of the ballpark. I'm Cindy with Lee's Toyota. And while some dealers can't get to first base, you can score a home run deal at Lee's. People come from near, far, and in between to shop our 3 big showrooms at one location. Amazing low prices, 0 financing available, and great leases. If you missed coming to Lee's, you'll miss getting a lot for less. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. See what a great deal really is at Lee's Toyota.
You better believe it.
666 6666. Remember 6. Going to the airport. Remember 6. Riding around town. Call Carmel. Shopping or moving. Remember 6. The best ride in town. So wherever you want to go. Carmel is a number to know. Ride Carmel and be on time. Worldwide and nationwide. 666 6666. Remember 6.
With MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV, your team follows you, no matter how far away you may be. It's your own season tickets up to 80 games a week, including up to 40 in crystal clear HD. Order MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV and bring your favorite team home today.
By the way, new uniform, amazing.
Let's take a look at tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Verizon Fios. Welcome to America's fastest, most consistent, most reliable internet. Welcome to Life on Fios. It'll be Hiroki Kuroda for the Yankees coming up against Tommy Milone. Milone, first time the Yankees will ever face him. Our coverage on Yes beginning at 3 o'clock with the BP show. And Kuroda is a guy now, Kenny, who'd like to get back on track and get his own thing going.
Yep, take advantage of maybe the Yankees offense starting to come around a bit. And
Leading off the top of the 8th inning, number 25.
Looking for that elusive fourth win of the year.
Well, the Yankees offense has come to life again today. 6 runs on 9 hits. Mark Teixeira has 2 of those hits, including his 7th home run of the year. And a new pitcher for the A's, the right-hander Graham Godfrey.
Now working out of the bullpen. Had been a starter. Just recently recalled from Sacramento.
6-2 Yankees lead it on the Hyundai scoreboard here in the top of the 8th. Teixeira has knocked in 3 runs this afternoon, 26 on the season. Trying to beat the shift again. Weeks with a nice flailing stop, but he won't do it. Teixeira's aboard with his 3rd hit of the day.
Teixeira with 2 hits last night. He went 2 for 5. And today he is 3 for 4. One thing, if you're going to play short right field, the ball almost has to be hit directly at you for you to be able to make a play at first base. If you have the range as far as Weeks did to his right, even if you come up with it, you're not going to have a play at first base.
And that'll bring up Raul Ibanez. Ibanez 0 for 3 today. A strikeout and a couple fly balls to center and to left. And first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Ibanez a couple hits last night in the series opener, including a double, one of those 7 extra base hits the Yankees had last night.
Ibanez the only Yankee not to reach base today.
Now Suzuki going to try and get on the same page as Godfrey, who has been behind both hitters in this inning. Bartolo Colon got the start, threw a lot of strikes, but the Yankees hit a lot of them as well. Got to him for 9 hits, 6 runs, over 6 innings. And Raul Ibanez, hot shot to first, but Rosales right there steps on the bag, and just like that, a double play. Boy, nothing you can do if you're Mark Teixeira there on first.
Nothing at all, because your first inclination is to advance to the next base. All he can do is watch as first baseman Rosales will step on the bag to complete the double play. Bing, bang, and it's over.
And now 2 away for Nick Swisher. Swisher's 1 for 3 with a double. And Godfrey missing outside with a breaking ball, 1-0. Drops a breaking ball in for a strike to even the count. Nick Swisher belts one up the middle, a 2-out base hit.
Yankees aren't getting fooled this inning.
Well, fans, you can vote along with us for today's Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 42951 or vote online at yesnetwork.com. Today's candidates are CeCe Sabathia, Robinson Cano, Mark Teixeira, and Derek Jeter. Vote now and make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply.
Once again, the Yankees into double figures in hits. They have 11 hits in today's game. Last night they pounded out 12.
And there's another one. Eric Chavez with a base hit. Swisher get around, think about third, but looks at Robbie Thompson, decides to hold up. So with 2 away, they're back in business with runners at first and second.
So 24 hits in the last 2 games now for the Yankees. Robbie Thompson threw up that stop sign in a hurry. Josh Reddick has one of the stronger throwing arms in the league. I was talking to Robbie Thompson about Reddick yesterday. He says he gets to the ball quickly. He has sort of a long stroke with his arm, but he says when he lets it go, it's got something on it, and he's very, very accurate. He and Jeff Francoeur of the better reputation as a thrower, but they both are tied with 5 assists as an outfielder for the league lead.
Two away here in the top of the 8th. Chris Stewart has a hit in today's ball game. Back in the 5th, a single, and he later scored. He's got a chance to extend the Yankees lead here with 2 on. Swisher at second, Chavez at first. And to the left side, Pennington botches it, and Stewart's aboard. Pennington tried to get that out of his glove a little quickly, and it didn't happen for him, and now the Yankees have the bases loaded.
Yeah, there's the first error of the ball game. It looked like he was going to get the ball over the Weeks for the force and get the A's out of the inning. Donaldson doesn't have the play. He was looking at second. The ball went in and out of his glove. Yep, it's over here to your right.
Well, Pennington disappointed in that, would have ended the inning, and now Godfrey's in a jam with the leading hitter average-wise on the Yankees, Derek Jeter, coming to bat. .342. He's already got 2 singles in this game, and he scored a run. And looks at a first pitch strike. Jeter swing and a miss. Behind in the count 0-2.
Right there, didn't get it.
Yankees so far in this game 2 for 5 with the runners in scoring position. They've been productive offensively in a variety of ways, starting to find a rhythm.
Look out.
And Jeter going to get plunked, and that'll force across a run. And the Yankees will lead at 7-2.
Now this is a tough way to pick up a run batted in, but it's Jeter's second RBI of the day. And he's going to trot on down to first as Swisher scores. 0-2 pitch. Ooh, man, look right in the tricep. Jeter almost tripped over Suzuki trying to get out of the way.
So a 7-2 game now. And now it's Curtis Granderson's turn to keep the wheels turning. 0 for 3. He was on board with a walk his last time, and Godfrey misses away 1-0. You've got Chavez at third, Stewart at second, and Jeter at first. And Godfrey in a jam. And not helping himself out, getting behind 2-0. Hot shot, Weeks in shallow right, gets it over there, and that will do it. So the Yankees get 1 run, leave the bases loaded, but they lead at 7-2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th.
We're your hero. Anytime, anyplace, anywhere with Majestic jerseys. If it happens in baseball, it happens in Majestic.
I may have retired from the game, but not from being big.
Good thing one car gives me full-size luxury and 36 miles per gallon, which is nice because I've got shoes that are bigger than most hybrids. And more stylish, too. If you don't know the luxurious yet fuel-efficient LaCrosse, you don't know Buick.
Now celebrate Memorial Day with the EPA estimated 36 highway MPG LaCrosse for just $279 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
We began with the RX. Then we turned the page, creating the RX Hybrid. Now we've turned the page again with the all-new RX F-Sport. This is the next chapter for the RX and the next chapter for Lexus. See your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
Buy right with WB Mason and get the brand you want at prices you'll love, like Boise Fireworks paper with 29 vibrant colors. Get your documents noticed with fireworks from who but WB Mason.
Time for the K by K, brought to you by Mazda. CC Sabathia with 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. Reddick, swing and a miss. Pennington. It's going to be Pennington again, and then Donaldson. So 4 strikeouts for CC Sabathia. He's now out of the ballgame, but he's with those 4 strikeouts, he is now moved into 2nd place in the league in strikeouts behind Justin Verlander. But Felix Hernandez is pitching tonight. He'll probably leapfrog CC this evening in Seattle.
Well, that brings Corey Wade into the game, making his 19th appearance. 20 2/3 innings, just 16 hits and 3 walks as opposed to 23 strikeouts. For CC, he is in line to pick up his 6th win of the season and get back on the winning track after losing 2 in a row. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast he has never lost 3 straight as a Yankee. He's got no chance of that happening today. Wade on in relief here in the bottom of the 8th in a 7-2 game on the Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees with 12 hits this afternoon. Wade starts things off by facing Johnny Gomes, who lines one foul down the 3rd base line. Gomes has a hit in 3 at-bats today. And a little pop to 3rd. Chavez has it, 1 away. Hey, tomorrow night, catch a new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show as the skipper sits down to discuss Andy Pettit's progress. Plus a look ahead at next week's rematches with the Angels and Tigers. The Joe Girardi Show new tomorrow at 8, only on Yes. Kenny, we're both part of that program tomorrow, and I know you talked to him about the week that's ahead, including stops in Anaheim and Detroit.
Yeah, Joe said, of course, 2 difficult teams. He said that the Angels have the good pitching. I don't want to give away too much.
Just give a teaser.
All right. And, of course, the Detroit and the possibility of facing Justin Verlander.
And Josh Donaldson fouls 1 away. Detroit's an interesting team. They had Prince Fielder. They've got one of the top pitchers in baseball, but they're struggling in that American League Central.
Yeah, everybody thought that they would cruise in the Central, but they're finding out that cruise is something you do on a boat.
Wade missing away, 1 and 2. And a fastball missing low. Moves the count to 2 and 2.
Yeah, Corey Wade's been very interesting for the Yankees the last 2 years. A good pickup by the Yankees. He had been with the Rays. He had an out in his contract. If he wasn't in the big leagues by a certain date, he could become a free agent. The Yankees signed him, and he's done a very good job. Not an overpowering type pitcher. Fastball maybe up 89, maybe 90 at times, but it's his ability to change speeds. He has an excellent changeup, can really sell it. Different arm angles for right-handed hitters.
That's a foul ball by Donaldson. Well struck. Wade trying to get out of this one. He's at 3 and 2.
Remember, Donaldson has not walked this year. Looks like he doesn't want to here either.
Boone Logan is up in the Yankees bullpen. We saw Logan last night through 1 inning of relief in back of Ivan Nova.
Donaldson, including today, 78 at-bats, 0 base on balls.
And he won't have another one there. Great breaking ball by Wade. His first strikeout. And now the A's down to their last 4 outs.
That was almost unfair. You know, with Donaldson, when he gets to 3-2, I mean, it should be constituted as a walk. He's close enough. It's a good curveball in there for a call, strike 3. That was nasty.
They just start him off 1-0. So with 2 away, here's Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki has walked a couple times and grounded to second. Breaking ball fouled away. Wade working with a 5-run lead. Again, we've talked about the offense coming to life, and now if they win this 4th straight and they're ahead in this one, it'll be 24 runs over the past 4 games. Wade missing away, 2-1.
Yeah, if the Yankees do win it, make it 4 straight, they would tie their longest winning streak of the season at 4. And they would go into tomorrow with a chance to sweep the Oakland A's, something that they did here last year in Oakland. Here's that different arm angle from Wade to a right-handed hitter.
Well, they've won 7 in a row here, 11 of their last 12. And after probably underperforming against the Reds and Royals a little bit, you want to start making hay against some of these teams you should be beating, and that's what they're doing today. And Wade, good spot on the outside, a little change up that catches the corner. So a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th for Corey Wade. We go to the 9th with the Yanks up 7-2.
We hurried.
It's a Chevy Memorial Day event, right?
Yeah, that's right. We hurried fast enough? Don't worry, you made it in time. There's still plenty of award-winning 2012 models left to choose from.
We hurried.
You want to take a look at some Chevys?
It's the Chevy Memorial Day sale. Hurry in now during our Memorial Day sale for $750 cash on the Chevy Silverado, plus trade in an eligible vehicle and combine trade-in allowance with other discounts for a total value of $7,750.
Whoever said less is more wasn't talking about power tools. Ryobi has over 50 tools that work off of one 18-volt battery, giving you more cordless performance and value than ever before. And because all of our tools and batteries are compatible, it's easy to upgrade to high-performance lithium-ion, so you can get a whole lot more done yourself. Ryobi One Plus, the one system that delivers more. Available only one place, the Home Depot. Get a new lower price on a Ryobi 18-volt lithium-ion string trimmer.
It's an event so big, we couldn't keep it all inside. Nissan's National Tent Event is back with up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers. Now, save up to $3,650 on Altima or up to $2,500 on Nissan Rogue. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer. These amazing deals and bonus cash absolutely end May 31st.
When the Yankees and A's meet,
3-run home run for Chris.
There's a flair for the dramatic.
Baseball history, the 3rd grand slam of the game for the Yankees.
Tomorrow, the Bombers and A's wrap up this battle by the Bay with a midday matinee in Oakland. Coverage starts tomorrow at 3 without a batting practice today, only on Yes.
We head to the top of the 9th here in Oakland with the Yankees on top, 7-2. Another productive day in terms of extra base hits. A couple more home runs off the bat of Cano and Teixeira. And it'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters here in the 9th for the Yanks. Alex Rodriguez will start things off. A against Graham Godfrey in his second inning of work.
A-Rod started the afternoon, was leading the Yankees in batting average in this month with a .329 average. He's got himself a run batted in today on a sac fly.
And pops that one up along the first base line in foul territory. Adam Rosales tracks it down, 1 pitch, 1 away.
Expansive foul territory. This, well, that might have been a play in most places, but certainly here. He had another 100 yards to go before he reached the first fan.
That looked like a drill for a defensive back in football, the way he did the crossover steps there. Of course, this ballpark also home to the Oakland Raiders. It's the last ballpark in the majors that's home to both a Major League Baseball and NFL franchise. Robbie Cano. Cano with 2 hits on the day, a homer, a double, 2 runs scored. And Cano laces one to left field. Good for at least a single as Cowgill tracks it down. And Cano with a big turn. But Cowgill gets it in quickly. A 1-out single for Cano.
Yeah, 3rd hit of the afternoon for Robinson Cano. Home run, a double, a single. Tuning it up as he comes out west. Maybe not his best swing, but still gets the job done. Kind of fights it off over Donaldson at 3rd. The Yankees have pounded out 13 hits.
And here's Mark Teixeira. He himself has a 3-hit day, a homer and 2 singles, 3 runs batted in.
Now, years ago when they built this ballpark, and the reason why there's so much foul territory is because when Charlie Finley, who's the owner of the A's when they first came out west, they were laying out the field. And when he went in the upper deck, he couldn't see home plate from the upper deck, so they had to push home plate further out, and of course that gave you more foul territory. And Charlie said, when I can see home plate from the upper deck, of course now they don't even use the upper deck anymore here for baseball, but they do use it for football. But you know, I think what both football and baseball learned back in the 70s and before that when they had dual purpose stadiums, that neither side were totally satisfied with what they had. So that's why most cities now have both a football and a baseball stadium, so both sides are satisfied with their stadiums and their venues.
And Robbie Cano breaks. Teixeira swings and fouls it off. They got a piece of Suzuki.
You know, the A's are in discussion about the possibility of moving to San Jose. They need a new ballpark. This is one of the older ballparks in the league, and the situation is, you know, I began to think about it, and you know what they did in New York while they were refurbishing the old stadium before they built the new Yankee Stadium. The Yankees actually played at Shea Stadium for a while.
And Teixeira drives one out to center field. Coco Crisp going back, looking up, and it's gone. Teixeira with his 2nd home run of the afternoon, 8th of the season, and the Yankees lead it 9-2.
Five runs batted in for Mark Teixeira. Was it Horace Greeley who said, "Go west, young man"? It was, wasn't it?
And I believe it was his brother who said it, "Do it fast."
Yeah,
that's what Teixeira did.
And then jump on a high fastball. That's what he said right after that. Go west, young man, jump on the high fastball, and you now have 2 home runs in a game and 5 runs batted in.
Now, what does it tell you about that one, Kennedy, that he went the opposite way?
Yeah, it was kind of straight away.
Right.
I'm not going to go totally opposite way on it, but it shows you that he's got power all over the ballpark.
So now a 9-2 lead for the Yankees, and Raul Ibanez a swing and a miss.
Having a big series. 7 runs batted in 2 games for Mark Teixeira.
So 4 for 5 on the afternoon. It's the 22nd 4-hit game of Teixeira's career. And Ibanez grounds one to the shortstop Pennington, part of the shift, 2 away.
Yeah, the Yankees have pounded out 14 hits. Ibanez working on an 0 for 5, and he hit a rocket last time into a double play. There's always one guy, or maybe 2, that don't get invited to the party.
Well, 5 Yankees with multi-hit days. The last 3 games, he's batting .500 with 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. And now with 2 outs, here's Nick Swisher, 1 of the 5 with a 2-hit day, a single and a double. A run scored back in the 8th.
Well, the Yankees have had some good swings these last 2 games. And that might be the lead character in the play. Mark Teixeira.
One, 2 to Swisher, misses up high, 2-2. And a swing and a miss by Swisher. But not before the Yankees add 2 more in this inning. And Mark Teixeira's first home run, 4th inning of the solo variety. This one a 2-run shot. It's almost dead away center, and the Yankees lead it 9-2.
Here come the... Hey, yo, I lost audio. What happened? What? Oh, it better not be. What's going on? It's time to put a stop to this. Yay?
The Coors Light Silver Bullet Pint. It's bigger, it's resealable, it's still the coldest.
They call me Hollywood. Here come the big show. Get out my booth.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
No wonder my Bob's keeps growing. My springtime values just keep popping up. Food prices up, gas prices up, furniture prices at other stores up, but not at my Bob's. My Commander reclining sofa and love seat was $9.99 5 years ago.
And it still is. Both pieces with 4 wall hugger recliners.
I'm Bob. My Commander was, is, and if I have any say, always will be only $9.99.
Get yours and you'll be Bobbinized.
For all that's out there, Range Rover Sport.
Well, tomorrow the Yankees close out this series with the A's in a mid-afternoon game in Oakland. Coverage starts at 3 o'clock with Audi batting practice today and the Tri-State Ford pregame. And then Ken and I are back with all the action only on Yes. And it appears that the Yankees will try and wrap things up on the Sunday afternoon game with a sweep. They're leading this one 9-2. A defensive replacement in left field. It's Dwayne Wise in for Raul Ibanez. And the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Yankees is Cody Epley, making his 10th appearance.
So Epley in charge of the last 3 outs. Yankees with a 7-run lead. 26 hits in 2 days. 13, half of them. 13 of the hits for extra bases. So that lineup card is smoking on the left side there in the visitors column.
And for Mark Teixeira now, 2 homers in this game, his 35th career multi-homer game, 14 of those coming with the Yankees. You see the change. Sabathia went 7 innings. Allowed just 2 runs on 7 hits, 109 pitches. And now, as Ken said, it's up to Epley to get the final 3 outs. He'll face the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the A's lineup. He'll start things off with Cliff Pennington, the shortstop, who's 0-3 and has struck out twice.
Epley with sinking action on his fastball. The way he delivers the ball, kind of slings it up the home plate.
And Kenny, it seems like things are rounding into shape for the Yankees here. Not only good pitching, power hitting, production with the guys in scoring position.
You know, it's interesting. Before the Yankees left on the trip, Joe Girardi said that you know, sometimes teams get out on the road and they bond because it's just them. You know, they're at home games. Game is over. Everybody goes their separate ways, goes to their homes, their families. But on the road, there is a bonding. I agree with them. You get out there and you know, it's just you in a city.
Well, I was going to add the 4th element to that. They've bonded defensively as well. We've seen some nice D so far in this 4-game, what could be, if they get this win, a 4-game winning streak, and get some nice plays here in Oakland in the first 2 games. Pennington to second, and Cano on to first, 1 away.
They've had 4 different Yankees drive-in runs today, including Robinson Cano. A-Rod's picked up a sac fly. You know, some situational hitting in that regard. You know, home runs are nice, but you have to find other ways to score runs. Yankees had a sacrifice, set up a run in the 3rd inning. Derek Jeter with a base hit to drive in a run.
And now here's Adam Rosales, 0 for 3. And Epley starts him off with a strike. And missing away, 1-1.
Just looking for Epley to throw strikes here. Make the A's put the ball in play.
And slings one in there for a strike, 2-2. Missing inside, runs his 2nd straight full count, 3-2. Was able to get Pennington to ground to second on a 3-2 pitch. And a foul ball, and Rosales stays alive.
Yeah, that was a strike. He had it to the outside corner. To me, the way Epley throws the ball, it'd be hard to get the ball in the air against him. Good heavy sinker.
Ties him up inside, but he gets a piece of it. Chris Stewart doing the catching today, and Stewart on base twice, A single and an error.
It's been a kind of a lineup contribution today. Just about everybody's had a little something to do with this victory. Of course, Mark Teixeira was the driven in 5 of the 9 runs. But this is spread up throughout the lineup card for the Yankees today, just about.
And a 3-2 pitch just missing outside, and Rosales is aboard with a 1-out walk.
Now batting, left fielder, number 12, Colin Cowgill.
Well, here's Colin Cowgill, the number 9 hitter. He has had a very good afternoon for the A's, or at least individually. On base 3 times with 3 singles.
Up until today, he hadn't had a hit against a left-handed pitcher this year.
Teixeira playing behind Rosales at first. Evens the count at 1-1 with a strike on the outside part of the plate.
So tomorrow, Hiroki Kuroda gets the start for the Yankees.
Right.
And the A's are going to counter
with Tommy Malone.
Yeah, he's been their best pitcher. Has 6 wins.
And despite all their struggles at home, he's been the one bright spot. 4-0 at home, a sub-1 ERA. It'll be the first time the Yankees have faced him. Well, the mantra for Epley out of the pen was to throw strikes with a 7-run lead here in the 9th. He's behind his 3rd straight hitter. 2-1 to Cowgill coming up. And missing inside 3-1.
Yeah, sometimes when you have a good sinker like Epley has, it's hard to control it. You're getting too much sinking. It's sinking right out of the zone. It's almost if you look at the catcher Chris Stewart behind home plate, you just aim for the middle of his chest protector. You want them to swing the bats.
And he slings a strike across there at 88. 3rd straight full count that he'll work. And a ground ball to second. Cano to second for 1. Jeter turns, looks, and won't get it, but they get the 2nd out at second base.
Yeah, the ball wasn't hit hard enough to turn to double play, and at this point you're just erasing outs off the scoreboard, and you got the A's down to their last out.
And back to the top of the order, Jemile Weeks. He has a couple hits to his credit this afternoon. Now Teixeira playing way behind the runner. Cowgill at first. And he will take second base on defensive indifference. And Epley with a strike to even the count at 1-1. So Epley trying to wrap things up for CC Sabathia, who went 7 innings today, stands to pick up his 6th victory of the season. That would also move to Sabathia to 5-1 in 8 starts against the A's since joining the Yankees. And a a foul tip. 2-2.
Epley had a misstep on that last pitch. He actually went down to a knee. And you can see him doing some gardening around the mound there, just trying to fix things up where he lands. Now watch this last pitch. He actually got a foul ball, but a misstep caught a spike. That could have been dangerous.
He's got a chance to finish this thing off here. 2-2 to Weeks coming up. And Weeks out to left center field. That is Wise and Granderson tracking, and Wise gloves it, and that will do it. So Epley wraps things up. Sabathia wins his 6th. Mark Teixeira, the biggest afternoon of all the Yankees. 4 hits, 2 of those home runs. And that ties the Yankees season high with 4 straight wins. The offense becoming more productive, and CeCe bouncing back from 2 straight losses with a win. 9-2 is the final here in Oakland on a 14-hit afternoon for the Yankees.
And the offense is coming alive the last couple of nights here in Oakland. And it's a good sign for a team that's been struggling offensively with the bats. And you can see all smiles in the middle of the infield as they celebrate their 2nd consecutive win out here on the West Coast.
So we've got awards to give out. Final thoughts coming up on an afternoon in which the Yankees win it 9-2 in Oakland.
Whoa, Megan Landry alert. And she's looking directly at your new Lumia. Thank you, AT&T. First, why don't you show her the curved edge? Now, move on to the slick navigation tiles. Bam, right into the People Hub. See, Megan? Colin has lots of friends.
Hey, Colin, what kind of phone is that?
What? Oh, Megan, when did you get here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, let's do it.
Introducing the beautifully different Nokia Lumia 900, only from AT&T. Rethink possible.
Need a new car? Now's the time to get amazing deals from Toyota, the full-line brand with the longest-lasting vehicles during Toyota's Save in May sales event. Right now, get Memorial Day savings when you lease Venza for just $239 a month, or lease Sienna for just $279 a month. Plus, get $500 bonus cash when you lease Venza or Sienna.
Toyota's Save in May sales event won't last long. So what are you waiting for?
Hurry in today.
In today's uncertain economy, are you struggling with credit card bills you can't afford, unpaid medical bills, or past due mortgage payments? To find out your options and to see if bankruptcy is the right solution for you, call 888-LAW-9600. Unlike debt settlement programs, bankruptcy can stop the harassing creditor calls, lawsuits, and foreclosure proceedings.
I'm David Pankin. For over 15 years, my firm has helped thousands of clients take control of their financial situation.
The law offices of David I. Pankin can help get you back on financial track while protecting your home, cars, and peace of mind.
And remember, bankruptcy is not the end. It's a new beginning.
Call 888-LAW-9600 for your free confidential consultation. That's 888-LAW-9600 or visit debtlawyer.com for more information.
Hit it out of the ballpark. I'm Cindy with Lee's Toyota. And while some dealers can't get to first base, you can score a home run deal at Lee's. People come from near, far, and in between to shop our 3 big showrooms at one location. Amazing low prices, 0 financing available, and great leases. If you missed coming to Lee's, you'll miss getting a lot for less. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. See what a great deal really is at Lee's Toyota.
You better believe it.
And we're back in Oakland, and let's get to our Land Rover drive of the game. 14 hits for the Yankees. A lot of them were drives, but here are a couple big ones.
Yeah, this is Teixeira in the 4th inning. A solo shot. He wasn't finished. Then in the 9th, a 2-run homer. Mark Teixeira actually drove in 5 runs today. 7 and 8 home runs. That's our Land Rover drives of the game.
And 14th time he's gone deep twice in a game as a member of the Yankees. So Mark Teixeira also adding a 2-run single in the 5th inning. As Kenny mentioned, 5 runs batted in. We'll be back to wrap things up here from Oakland right after this.
Technology
accelerates at a relentless pace. Anything not moving forward is moving backward. Introducing the 2013 GS with the Lexus Inform app suite, the most connected information and communication technology available in an automobile. The all-new Lexus GS. Lease the all-wheel drive 2013 GS 350 for $599 a month for 36 months with $46.24 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Spring is the season of savings at My Bob's. The values keep growing and growing. This dual reclining sofa and love seat is only $9.99. And this one is only $9.99. And this one. And this one. Even this one in bonded leather. In your choice of chocolate or butterscotch, only $9.99. So spring into action during the season of savings at My Bob's.
Men. The shopping event of the year has arrived. Stop by the Izod shop and select Macy's for a chance to win the 2012 Honda Civic and an Izod shopping spree.
Well, stick around for the post-game show to find out who's today's Chevy Player of the Game. A lot of options for the Yankees on an afternoon in which they bang out 14 hits against A's pitching and win it 9-2 in a game that took 2 hours 42 minutes. Sabathia, his 6th win. Bartolo Colon falls to 4-5. For Teixeira, his 35th career multi-homer game. Well, coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the W.B. Mason postgame show with Nancy Newman, Jack Curry, and Meredith Marakovitz. Special thanks to senior producer Bill Boland, director John Wilson, Jared Bostak, Michael Cooney, Ed Delaney, Woody Fryman, and our executive producer is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Join us again tomorrow for Yankees baseball as the Bombers take on the Athletics from the Coliseum in Oakland, California. Coverage begins at 3 o'clock on the Yes Network. Once again, the final score is Yankees 9 and the A's 2. And now let's get to Nancy Newman and Jack Curry standing by in our Yes Network studios.
Thank you, Bob. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the W.B. Mason postgame show. Nancy Newman alongside Jack Curry. The Yankees entered the game 2 of this 3-game set in Oakland, looking to make it 4 wins in a row, and they do just that. The two teams matching runs early, but the Yankees' big bats broke loose in the middle innings and went on from there. And what a day for Mark Teixeira.
Absolutely, Nancy. A lot of encouraging signs for the Yankees. Encouraging start from CC Sabathia. Encouraging signs all up and down the lineup, but the most promising thing that happened for the Yankees, you mentioned it, Mark Teixeira, a 4-hit game, 2 home runs. That search party that the Yankees had out for the productive Mark Teixeira, they can call that search party in. They found him.
He is here and accounted for. Our Chevy Player of the Game with the Yankee offense very active again, no doubt about it. Mark Teixeira, the man of the hour, 4 for 5 with 5 RBI, including 2 home runs, his 7th and 8th on the year. Here he is just moments ago on the field with our Meredith Marakovitz.
Mark, you guys are now winners of 4 straight. Offense had been the problem, but you put up 26 runs during that period, 1 through 9. When you're hitting well in consecutive games, how much more relaxed is everybody?
You know, hitting is very contagious. It's the old cliche, but it's true. And especially when you have a guy like CC out there, you want to get him some runs early. And, you know, we did a good job today.
For you, 4 for 5 offensively, 2 home runs. You talked yesterday about kind of abandoning what you were trying to do earlier in the season and just putting the barrel on the ball and hitting the ball hard. When did you decide to do that?
A couple days ago, really. You know, I've never been somebody that can just try to hit the ball somewhere and force it to a certain part of the ballpark. I'm a switch hitter too. It's not easy doing it from both sides. So I just need to get back to swinging the bat hard, hitting the ball hard, and hoping for the best.
Overall, just simplifying things for you.
Exactly, making it simple, and also getting back to my strength, which is hitting the ball out of the ballpark and driving in runs. And the most important thing is that the wins are coming. and it's letting us all just relax a little bit.
You guys put up 9 today. The heart of the order responsible for 7 of them. When the 3 of you guys are hitting well, how much more difficult does it make it for other teams to navigate through this lineup?
Yeah, I mean, Alex and Robbie and I have had a lot of fun hitting together the last few years, and we've put up a lot of runs. And I think the consistency that we've been able to put together, the pitchers can't relax. They can't take a break because hopefully we'll make them pay.
Mark, thanks for the time. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Meredith.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you both. Now our Bigelow T batter breakdown, and no surprise, Cano and Tex going yard in back-to-back games. It's good to see Tex healthy, and he sounds healthy just listening to him, Jack.
Right, and we're going to start with Cano right here in the second inning, and he's smart enough to not stray out of the zone here. The first 2 pitches, it's 2-0, so now he can pick a pitch that he wants. He fouls that one off, but when this pitch tails inside, he's able to take Cologne deep. Second straight game, he has a homer. 3 in his last 4 games, Nancy, after only 4 in his first 42 games. Now we're going to get to Teixeira. This is in the 4th inning, and he's going to fall behind. 2 good pitches by Cologne make it 0-2. But he fouls off a pitch here, and then he's not going to bite. That's a rare changeup from Cologne. That's a good take right there. He also takes that one when it gets to 2-2. This ball leaks over the plate, and it almost looks like the home run he hit last night, driving it over the right field fence. A very smart at-bat by Teixeira, and I got to believe Long loved that at-bat because he showed patience and then he showed the power. Excellent work. Robbie Cano, he's hit in 19 of his last 23 games. He's 3 for 5 today. Tex 4 for 5 with those 5 RBI, as we mentioned. The solo home run in the 4th, in the top of the 5th, the 2-run single, and then in the top of the 9th, another 2-run home run. Still plenty more to come on this edition of the WB Mason postgame show. A check back in with our Bob Lorenz, and Ken Singleton is on the way. We'll get the postgame thoughts of the skipper as well, Joe Girardi, plus full game highlights. Stay with us.
The Yankees postgame show on Yes is presented by WB Mason. For office furniture and supplies at amazingly low prices, who but WB Mason?
Kids, how's business?
Terrible. No one wants our poems.
Maybe all you need is a little color. When businesses want their poems noticed, they put them on brightly colored Boise fireworks paper.
All we needed was a little color. Roman candle is red. Butter rocket is blue. Get Boise fireworks paper. From WB. That's who. Now you can shop at home.
The next time you fake wearing your seatbelt, remember this. Cops have been trained to spot seatbelt violations, even at night. And they don't give out fake tickets. Day or night, click it or ticket.
All your life, you've been trading up. You exchanged the third-floor walk-up for the house you had your heart set on. So now that you're comfortably situated in life, let's talk about your car.
For a limited time during the Lincoln Exchange sales event, trade up to a luxurious Lincoln MKX with intuitive technology that responds to your voice and touch. Now, lease a 2012 Lincoln MKX for $419 a month, including a $1,000 exchange bonus. Only at your Lincoln dealer.
There are over 358 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. But not all water is created equal. Only 1/1000,000,000% is filtered naturally beneath the Earth, with a distinct balance of minerals, and emerges crisp and refreshing enough to be called Poland Spring. Poland Spring 100% natural spring water, born better.
And we are back on the WB Mason postgame show. Time to welcome back in our Bob Lorenz and Ken Singleton for the postgame booth report brought to you by Bigelow Tea. And fellas, the Yankees pound out 14 hits today, but we're going to start off talking CC. And about CC, it's much about his fastball command. He battled today, fought it a little bit, but he helped his own cause with some efficient innings in the 5th and 6th.
I always think it's important when he gives up a lead, and he doesn't do it often, Ken, that he doesn't give it back. He did that once this afternoon when they got the home run to tie it at 2, but then after that, he just locked it in and wouldn't let him back in the game.
Yeah, he struggled early in the game, as was mentioned. He kind of struggled a bit, but then he got it going in the latter stages. Once the Yankees got the lead, gave him some runs to work with. He sensed that they go as deep as he could in the game. He used up a lot of pitches early in the ball game, but then settled down towards the end, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. Gave the Yankees 7 innings, turned it over to the bullpen from there, and that was a winning formula this afternoon, Nancy.
Guys, we're looking at his numbers right now. 7 innings, 109 pitches, 2 earned runs. Now, you guys talked a lot about the offensive numbers from this game. 14 hits, 5 players with multi-hit games. But I think about all those numbers, the most promising thing for the Yankees is what they saw out of Mark Teixeira.
Oh, I agree, Jack. Absolutely. That's a guy they've needed to come around. And it's almost like offensively, Kenny, they were missing certain pieces of the puzzle. Like if you're doing a jigsaw, you have 1 or 2 pieces missing. It's frustrating because you can't finish the thing. But now it looks like they're finishing things. That lineup really becoming sort of a rhythm 1 to 9.
Yeah, the 2 switch hitters were kind of struggling before they hit the West Coast here. Mark Teixeira and Nick Swisher. Both of them have had 2 good ball games back to back. In particular, Teixeira, who today was just on. 4 hits. A couple of home runs, looking like the Mark Teixeira, the type of guy who can carry a ball club for a few days or maybe even a week or so if he remains hot. He needs some. Both of them need some catching up to do, and both of them seem to be doing it out here in the West Coast.
All right, so a couple wins already in Oakland. We turn the page. They've won 4 in a row, a chance to sweep, and it's Hiroki Kuroda on the mound tomorrow. He would love to get some consistency going.
Yeah, he's got to find some kind of a rhythm, get something going, not get behind in counts, that sort of thing. He's given up the long ball as well. In the meantime, they face a very tough pitcher in Tommy Milone.
Yeah, Tommy Milone, the Yankees would like to have the formula where they come out and score some runs, but Milone has been very, very tough in this ballpark. I thought when I looked in the matchups in this series, I thought that the final game, that being tomorrow, would be the best chance for the A's to win. If Milone can continue to pitch the way he has been, he might be a tough go for the Yankees tomorrow afternoon as they try for the sweep. And Kuroda is going to have to do his best. I mean, the A's are not really a pounding type team. He should be able to hold them down, and maybe the Yankees can eke out a few runs against Milone.
Kenny, let me just ask you one follow. Kuroda is one of the pitchers that didn't get that much run support when the Yankees were struggling. Now this is a different offensive team.
Yeah, this might be a turnaround for him too. A chance for him to pitch with a lead, and maybe a multiple run lead during the course of a game. But as I said, the Yankees have not seen Milone before. This is going to be his first ever start against the Yankees, and sometimes it's a bad recipe for the Yankees. Their fans know that sometimes when they face a pitcher for the first time, particularly a guy who's throwing pretty well, it can be a difficult goal for the Yanks.
Hey, guys, I know the saying that any team can beat any other team on any given day, but when you're the Yankees and you see these pockets in your schedule, the Kansas City Royals, the Oakland A's, teams that I think the Yankees believe they are better than, how important is it that you take advantage of those gaps in the schedule and try and build up your own record, as the Yankees have been doing with this winning streak?
Oh, I think it's incredibly important, Jack, no doubt about it. You know that, but I think they weren't a team confident enough to they know they're better than other teams. They weren't feeling that way maybe a week ago, but that perspective has certainly changed.
I think it's changing with the offense coming around and scoring like they do. Remember, this is a team that scored the 2nd most runs in the American League last year and in baseball, and had the most home runs in baseball. So the home run bats are starting to come alive. The offense is starting to pick up. They're going to play an Angels team after this, so when they head down south, Southern California, the Angels are starting to pick it up, in particular Albert Pujols. So this should be an interesting road trip for the Yankees when you're looking at the pockets of the schedule where you're supposed to win some ball games. Maybe a week or so against the Angels, we said, yeah, we can get down there and win a few ball games, but they're starting to play a little bit better baseball too.
Yeah, they'd love to head to Anaheim with a sweep. Thanks, guys. Great stuff, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks, Nancy.
Have a good night. Stay with us here on the WB Mason postgame show. When we do come back, full game highlights on the way. 7 solid from CC, while the Yankee offense went to work.
We began with the RX. Then we turned the page, creating the RX Hybrid. Now we've turned the page again with the all-new RX F-Sport. This is the next chapter for the RX and the next chapter for Lexus. See your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
Seen the signs on the passers-by, something's got to give. Can't be free, but it's good for me. But this good thing comes along, and I can't deny too long. I need you to save me. I need you to set me free.
Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
I could use charm to get a better deal, but intimidation is more fun. Watch and learn.
Hi.
I want this Buick with OnStar, Sirius XM, and you're doing my oil changes.
Okay. Hey, I want all that stuff too. Okay.
Okay? If you don't know the Experience Buick lease, you don't know Buick.
Celebrate Memorial Day and lease this 2012 Buick LaCrosse with e-Assist for just $279 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
Another cup of coffee? How long is this one gonna last? 45 minutes? An hour?
Well,
Listen, 5-hour energy lasts a whole lot of hours. Take one in the afternoon and you'll feel alert and energized till the cows come home. And it's packed with B vitamins and nutrients to make it last. So, what's it gonna be, partner?
5-hour energy.
Wise choice. 5-hour energy. Hours and hours of energy.
We hurried.
It's a Chevy Memorial Day event, right?
Yep, that's right.
We hurried
fast enough? Don't worry, you made it in time. There's still plenty of award-winning 2012 models left to choose from.
We hurried.
You want to take a look at some Chevys?
Visit ChevyOffers.com. Now, well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Cruze LS for around $139 per month. Or well-qualified lessees can get a 2012 Chevy Malibu LS for around $159 per month.
We are back on the WB Mason postgame show. A 9-2 victory for the Yankees today. Joe Girardi's club goes into Oakland taking the first two behind 5 RBIs from Mark Teixeira today, no doubt bringing a smile to his skipper's face. Here's the manager's report brought to you by Geico.
It's what we always known he's capable of doing. And Tex is another guy that can carry your club for a while. I mean, that's how high you can get. Swung the bat great today. You go back to a few days ago, he took the walks, got some knocks, and yesterday he swung the bat as well, so it's good to see.
You look at the heart of the order, responsible for 7 of the 9 runs you put up. To see those 3 guys hitting well, it has to be encouraging moving forward.
I mean, that's what you want. You want your big guys to do a lot of damage, and they've done that. And it just also means the other guys are getting on base and doing a good job of getting on base.
And sure, you got some off the home runs, but you're also able to manufacture some runs in that 5th inning, laid down some bunts.
Yeah, I mean, I thought our guys did a nice job of moving some runners over and then taking what the other club was giving them. It's, you know, so Stu moved a runner over, Jeet drove him in, and then Jeet had a, push bunt for a hit, and just created some issues for him.
Look at CC Sabathia. It seemed like he had some trouble getting under control early, and then that 4th inning hit, and he really seemed to settle in.
Yeah, it seemed like when we got the lead 6-2, he just really settled in. Because he was at 60 pitches after over 60 after 3 innings, and we were able to get 7 innings out of him. So, I mean, he settled down nicely.
You look at that 2nd inning, and the bases loaded. Derek Jeter came up with 2 really big defensive plays for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do. Sometimes you have to pick each other up, and he made some good plays. And, CC was getting ground balls. I mean, that was the important thing. He wasn't, giving up balls in the gap or long fly balls. He was getting ground balls, and G got to some of them.
When you look at him early, he had some issues with control last start as well. What do you attribute that to?
It just happens. I mean, that's the one thing that we're always searching for reasons, and I wish it was that easy, but sometimes it just happens. His ball was cutting a little bit today early on. I didn't think he had command of the down and away real early on, and then he found it, and that's when he sailed through.
He has not used that cough as an alibi for his tough start, but do you think it's coincidental that as he has said he's feeling better, that it looks like he's putting a little streak together?
I mean, Tex is never going to make an excuse, but you have to wonder, how much it took out of him every day. Because, when you start sneezing a lot or coughing a lot, it wears you down. And his cough was violent, too. So physically, I think it was tough on him.
Joe, is he just taking a simpler approach now, too, it seems?
Could be. Yeah, it could be. There's a lot of reasons that it could be happening, but as long as it's happening, I don't care what the reasons are.
What worried you more, when Jeter seemed to roll his wrist on the field or when he got hit by the pitch?
When he rolled his wrist in the field. Those are the ones that you worry about, and you see a lot of times outfielders, they leave for a long time when that happens. So I was a little bit concerned, but Robbie Cano waved us off.
You've been pretty confident that at some point there's going to be a correction and this lineup was going to hit. I mean, is this
Market
enough?
correction?
Yeah, right. To use your term also. I mean, do you feel like this is sort of the beginning of that process?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've said all along that these guys, you know, haven't been great hitters for a while by accident. I mean, it's not something that, you know, they rolled into one year and all of a sudden became good hitters. I mean, these guys have been doing it year after year after year, and eventually things are going to even out.
Joe, do you think part of it is when you have success offensively in consecutive games, it helps guys relax a little bit at the plate?
Oh, I think so. I think hitters can get on a roll just like anyone else, just like starting pitchers, just like a bullpen. They can get on a roll and feel really comfortable and understand that, you know, if they don't get it done, the guy's going to pick them up behind, and it makes them feel better when that happens. I mean, that's all important.
So right to the game highlights now, brought to you by Lincoln. Pick it up, bottom one, man on second and 2 out. That's Johnny Gomes, singling to right off CC. Jemile Weeks scores, so the A's strike first. But the run didn't stand that long. In the top of the second, it's Robbie Cano getting to work, getting it right back, blasting the leadoff home run off Bartolo Colon. Familiar foe. 7th of the year for Robbie, 3rd in 4 games. To the bottom of the second, 2 on and 2 out, and it's Weeks hitting one toward the hole. Assisi, Derek Jeter, the diving stop on the single, saving a run from scoring.
He absolutely saved a run there. Jeter has always been better at going to his right than going to his left. He helps out CeCe in a big way there.
A little scary as he rolled his wrist there. CeCe getting Coco Crisp to grounded. Jeter gets the force at second, ending the bases loaded threat there. On to the third, 1 on, 1 out. Jeter, it's a single up the middle off Colon. Chris Stewart scores on Jeter's 3,153rd career hit, passing Hall of Famer Paul Wainer, 15th on the all-time list, 2 on Yankees. Bottom 3, Josh Reddick. He starts the inning with a drive to dead center as he gets to Sabathia. His 13th of the year, he's their big hitter, game tied at 2. Still in the third, 1 on and 2 out, and CeCe strikes out Cliff Pennington. That's the end of that inning. Top 4, 1 out, more long ball. Mark Teixeira, forget about it. Off Colon. He went deep on Friday, the 7th of the year for Teixeira. It's 3-2.
Yeah, it's a 2-2 fastball, Nancy, and he's able to drive this pitch. A great surge for him recently, 6 for his last 12.
Then in the 5th, Teixeira delivers again, beating the shift. It's a single off Colon. 2 come in, and the Yankees lead 6-2 on the 2-run single. Bottom 5, 2 out, and CeCe ending the inning, striking out Josh Donaldson. CeCe 4 strikeouts over 7. In the 9th, Teixeira one more time. A 2-run home run, 8th of the year for him, giving him his 2nd multi-homer game this season, his 14th multi-home run game as a New York Yankee. So the Yankees have won 4 in a row, beating the teams they should. Cano and Teixeira homers in back-to-back games. Yankees 25 and 21 overall. They've won their last 8 in Oakland. So Toyota now brings us our all-time hits leaderboard, and it is Derek Jeter climbing. Derek Jeter goes 2 for 4 today, and the single in the 5th ties George Brett for 14th on the all-time hits list with 3,154. Coming up, we will hear from the big man when we come back, who gets back in the win column. CC Sabathia speaks in moments.
When the Yankees and A's meet,
3-run home run for Crisp.
There's a flair for the dramatic.
Baseball history, the 3rd grand slam of the game for the Yankees.
Tomorrow, the Bombers and A's wrap up this battle by the Bay with a midday matinee in Oakland. Coverage starts tomorrow at 3 with Audi batting practice today, only on Yes.
I recently received this note from a young friend. Dear WB, I'm 11 years old and worried about America running out of money. Can you please help? Signed, Sparky. Well, Sparky, I sure can help America save money on office supplies. That's because WB Mason has been awarded a GSA schedule to sell office supplies to all federal government agencies. So yes, Sparky, we will do our best to help keep America strong. Who but WB Mason?
When it comes to sports sedans, the Audi A6 is faster. At depreciating.
270 horsepower 2012 Cadillac CTS, the winner of an Edmunds.com Best Retained Value Award.
Now lease a 2012 CTS sports sedan for $319 a month. Visit CadillacTristate.com for this attractive offer.
In Brooklyn, in 1907, 4 courageous ladies saw the despair of the poor, old, and sick, and founded what would become MJHS. Today, MJHS provides quality home care, rehabilitation and skilled nursing, and advanced hospice and palliative care for adults and children. But the values of the Brooklyn ladies still guide us. MJHS, caring every minute, every day.
The world's fastest motorsport is roaring to Raceway Park May 31st through June 3rd for the Toyota NHRA Super Nationals, and it will blow you away. Nitro-burning top fuel dragsters and funny cars will tear down the famous E-Town Strip at over 320 miles per hour. Each ticket's an all-access pit pass. Don't miss the Toyota NHRA Super Nationals May 31st through June 3rd at Old Bridge Township Raceway Park. Go to racewaypark.com for tickets and info today.
We are back. Today's pitching performance brought to you by Land Rover, and it goes to CC Sabathia.
Yeah, he gets Josh Reddick here chasing a slider in the first inning. He actually started slow, finished fast. He gets another strikeout on a slider. Retired 13 of the last 15, gets a strikeout with a fastball there of Pennington. Here's where Reddick pops out to end the 7th inning, and that's where CC's day is going to end, but a very positive outing from CC Sabathia.
And that's today's pitching performance brought to you by your local tri-state area Land Rover Center. You can also visit LandRoverTristate.com on request quotes, schedule test drives, and view available vehicles. Taking a look now at the respective lines from the respective starters. It is CC going 7 solid, 7 hits, 2 runs, a couple of walks, 4 Ks, 1 home run allowed to Reddick, 109 pitches, 73 of them for strikes as he gets back in the win column. Let's hear from CC as he spoke to Meredith and the rest of the media.
Just trying to make sure I stay behind the ball. Command, got a little off, and fastball command wasn't there, so I was just trying to make sure I made some pitches, stay behind the ball, and was able to get it back later in the game.
Is that just a mechanical adjustment that you're aware of and you self-correct, or is it something that pitching coach Larry Rothschild says?
It's something that Larry says. Stu says something, and just making sure that I was getting on top of the ball and not cutting the ball, because early in the game everything was cutting back over the plate, and gave us some hits.
Got in some trouble early in that 2nd inning and got some good defense all the way around Jeter in the 2nd. Cano later in the game, the guys behind you really seemed to pick you up early on.
Yeah, that was great, and they scored runs, and kind of took the pressure off, going out and kind of making long innings for Bartolo. I know he throws a lot of strikes, so it don't seem like it, but, just keeping the pressure on, helped me go out and, be able to throw up some zeros.
When you see this offense start going like this, do you get the feeling that they're starting to get going, they're getting hot, and they're going to continue this?
Of course. I think we have one of the best offenses in the league, and, it's just time for them to get going.
And Jack, once again, CC leading by example, getting out there, battling, even on a day when he doesn't have his best stuff.
Absolutely, Nancy. 62 pitches through 3 innings, and with a lot of pitchers, you're saying to yourself, this guy might not last 5, he might not get to the 6. What does CC Sabathia do? He takes it through 7 innings, and I think he sends a message to the guys in that dugout, his teammates. He tells them, even when I don't have my best stuff, as he just said now, he didn't have great fastball command, I'm going to figure out a way to go deep into this game so the bullpen doesn't get taxed. And I tell you what, there are a lot of guys in that team right now who are more impressed with CC Sabathia today than on the days where he has everything and throws 8 shutout innings, because today he really had to work to get where he got to. Sure, the A's are not a great hitting team, but he stifled them, only allowed 2 runs through 7 innings. Very satisfying performance, I imagine, for CC.
And his 6th win of the year. In case you missed part of our Yankees A's breakdown, you can view a condensed version by going online at YesNetwork.com and clicking on to Postgame Plus, presented by Bigelow Tea. Check out the top plays and hear from Mark Teixeira on his huge day against Oakland. When we come back, a tour around some other games in Major League Baseball on this busy, busy Saturday. Plenty to show you, so stay with us.
Rotation questions, lineup changes, injury updates. Joe knows.
Absolutely.
And you will too when you watch WB Mason presents The Joe Girardi Show. It's a review. It's a preview. It's your complete view of the only team that matters. New every Sunday, only on Yes.
I may have retired from the game, but not from being big. Good thing one car gives me full-size luxury and 36 miles per gallon, which is nice because I've got shoes that are bigger than most hybrids. And more stylish, too. If you don't know the luxurious yet fuel-efficient LaCrosse, you don't know Buick.
Now celebrate Memorial Day with the EPA estimated 36 highway MPG LaCrosse for just $279 per month. Consider it a new lease on luxury.
My mornings tend to be busy, and when I'm busy, things occasionally get forgotten. But now when I forget to do something around the house, I can unforget it with this. How did I ever live without Verizon?
Introducing the ability to control your home from anywhere with Verizon technology. The Verizon Fios 100% fiber optic network and Verizon Wireless, America's largest 4G LTE wireless network.
It's Macy's Memorial Day furniture sale. Take an extra 10% off all furniture purchases. Like this Elliott microfiber sofa, now $699. Or the Ricardo leather 3-piece power reclining sectional, $3,999. The Tahoe 3-piece queen bedroom set with 3-drawer chest, $1,199. And get this 7-piece outdoor dining set for $1,499. Take an extra 10% off all furniture at Macy's Memorial Day sale. That's the magic of Macy's.
Ladies, we dropping you guys off somewhere?
No, we're coming with.
I'm right behind you guys. It's really beautiful out here, huh? Cheers! All right. Do we want to take a picture of me?
Matt, do you want some help?
I'm good. Night, Matt. Night, guys.
Good night.
Welcome back once again to the WB Mason postgame show. Time now, as promised, to look elsewhere around the majors on this Saturday. And we begin with AL East rival Baltimore as they continue their series playing host to the Royals as the O's go for their 6th consecutive home win over the Royals. Beautiful day. Bottom 2, Chris Davis drives the Felipe Polino offering over the wall in left center. It's a solo blast, his 8th, and Baltimore's on the board. Top 6 now 3-1 Royals, and Billy Butler facing Chen takes him to the bullpen in left center for the leadoff home run, his 10th of the year, cutting it to 3-2. Now in the 7th, one on Humberto Quintero, the base hit to left off Darren O'Day. Eric Hosmer scores the game-tying run, so it's 3-all. And then in the 8th.
Top of the 8th here, Nancy. Bases loaded. Hosmer facing Pedro Strop. He flares this one into left. Mike Moustakas comes in to score on that RBI single. It's 4-3 Royals.
As the O's go for a 6th consecutive home win over the Royals, it is 4-3, and it has gone final in favor of the Royals. So they do stop the O's. In Texas, it's the Blue Jays and the Rangers, bottom 6.
Yeah, it's Colby Lewis on the mound to start, but here's Nelson Cruz after 8 RBIs yesterday. He's back for some more. It's a solo shot off Henderson Alvarez, his 6th of the year. Rangers trail 4-3. The next batter is Torey Alba. He goes yard into the bullpen in left center, his 2nd of the season. It's 4-0. Guess what? The next batter is Mitch Moreland. He gets to Alvarez also. Go-ahead homer, his 8th, 3 in a row, 5-4 Rangers.
Celebration in the dugout. Then in the 7th, with a runner on second, JP Arancibia dropping it into center off Alexei Ogando. Jose Bautista, he's getting waved around. Josh Hamilton bobbles, doesn't make a throw. So Bautista is in. That ties the ball game up at 5. So the Jays in extras have just jumped out in front, 6-5. They're in the top of the 13th there in Texas. So that considered, the latest look at the AL East standings brought to you by Ford. Plenty of games still in progress, of course. The O's 29-18 now with that loss. The Yankees another win, improving to 25-21, 3.5 back of the O's pending their outcome. Well, actually, they have gone final, so that does stand 3.5 back. Minnesota now, Ron Gardenhire and Jimmy Leland catching up before the game. A couple of old-timers. Top 1, runner on second, Prince Fielder. That's a single to center off Carl Pavano. That'll bring in Miguel Cabrera. Just like that, 2-zip Tigers.
Now it's bottom of the second, Nancy. It's going to be Justin Morneau batting against Max Scherzer. And Morneau drives this one out at a place where it's pretty hard to hit home runs. His 9th of the year, ties the game at 2.
Wow, that was a long one. Top 5 runners on the corners. Quentin Berry grounding it through the right side. Alex Avila comes in to score. It's a go-ahead run on the RBI single. Detroit lead at 3-2. Bottom 6, hold on. Mother Nature reigns on the parade. The game would be delayed for 41 minutes. Then in the 9th, Jose Valverde in for the save, gets Alexei Casilla to fly out, and that will do it. So the Tigers do indeed win it. 6-3 the final there. Carl Pavano takes the loss, falling to 2 and 4. Scherzer is your winner. He's 4 and 3. And a little NL action for you today with Steven Strasburg on the hill for the Nationals. Top 2 on. Danny Espinosa taking Mike Minor to the seats in left. This a 3-run jack, 4-zip Washington. Bottom 5 now 4-2. Dan Uggla just out of the reach of Bryce Harper in center and over the wall. His 7th home run of the season. 4 all. Top 6, Rick Ankiel lifts it. Michael Bourne tracking it. Can he make the catch? No! Edwin Jackson comes in to score and killed a third. It's an RBI triple. Not scored an error. And now in the 7th, Jack.
Yeah, it's Bryce Harper, and you got to like the way this kid plays the game. He just hits a bullet out to left, and then he runs around the bases even faster. That made it 7-4, and the Nationals go on to win that one, Nancy, 8-4.
And Steven Strasburg in the process gets his 5th win of the season. Back to our game. Yankees the winner, 9-2, taking the first 2 in Oakland. Robbie Cano homered last night, career home run number 150. Today, number 151. Let's hear from Robbie.
Well, it's very important. I mean, you don't want to just lean on a few guys. You just want the whole team to get going. And I mean, I'm happy to see the share about it and hit 2 homers.
You guys have been able to put up a lot of runs in the last 4 games, all wins. You feel like people are relaxing as a whole at the plate because of that?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's not the same thing when you lose and you're trying to figure out what's wrong. But when you're winning, you can just, joke around and, you're going to have fun in the game.
You guys seem more relaxed. It's a much different feel in the clubhouse the last couple of days as opposed to when you lost 6 out of the last 7.
Well, the thing is that everybody's going. You can see guys like Tex, Alex, and it's kind of the whole team, especially our staff, like pitching staff is pitching really good.
You've seen Colon before. Obviously, he was on the team all last year. Were you guys really trying to be aggressive with him and jump on him early in that 5th inning in particular?
Well, there's anything you can hide. We all know he's a guy that throws a lot of fouls, so you wanna be able to just not miss a pitch when you throw it over the plate.
So, Jack, a lot of success offensively in Oakland. 7 of 12 hits last night were extra base hits. Plenty today as well as they pound out 14 hits.
And Nancy, smart at-bats. We talked about the 2 homers earlier, the first homer that Teixeira hit and Cano's homer and how they were able to work Colon a little bit. But Meredith just asked Colon about that 5th inning. And in that 5th inning, they were smart enough to know that Colon was getting a little tired, and they jumped on him early. This guy is going to throw pitches right around the plate. They had 4 hits that inning. 3 of them came on the first 2 pitches in the at-bat, and the 3rd one came on the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. So just smart at-bats, productive at-bats, and the Yankees have to like what they've seen lately. 23 runs in their last 3 games.
6 innings for Colon, 9 hits, and 6 runs along the way. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll look ahead. It's Hiroki Kuroda taking the ball for the Yankees tomorrow. We'll talk about him, and in opposition, it'll be Tommy Milone. Stay with us.
We could tell you this is the best truck we've ever built, but we'd rather you come in and decide for yourself. Because with a powerful and efficient, available 390 horsepower Hemi V8 engine and better light-duty crew cab residual value than Ford or Chevy, choosing a Ram 1500 is, well, an easy decision. Get a low-mileage lease on Ram 1500 Express Quad Cab for $259 a month for well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles.
Today, with the swipe of a comb, the last gray-haired man on Earth disappeared.
This is how the gray era met its end. Just for Men Auto Stop. It's a breakthrough. No mix, no mess. It just combs in. And the formula shuts off at just the right color for the perfect look every time. It's foolproof. New, Just for Men Auto Stop. Gray is over.
After 27 World Series titles and more than a century of history, The New York Yankees wouldn't just have any car company be the team's official luxury vehicle. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees.
Six. Remember 6. Going to the airport. Remember 6. Riding around town. Call Carmel. Shopping or a movie. Remember 6. The best ride in town. So wherever you want to go. Carmel is a number to know. Ride Carmel and be on time. Worldwide and nationwide. 666. Remember 6.
With MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV, your team follows you, no matter how far away you may be. It's your own season tickets up to 80 games a week, including up to 40 in crystal clear HD. Order MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV and bring your favorite team home today.
By the way, new uniform, amazing.
We are back. The Yankees have won 4 in a row and will go for the sweep behind Hiroki Kuroda tomorrow. He's 1-3 in his last 4. In opposition, the lefty, the youngster, Tommy Milone, the rookie's 4-0 with a sub-1 ERA at home.
The Yankees are just praying for some consistency and hoping for some consistency from Kuroda. They haven't seen it this year. That's why they signed this guy. They thought he would be a guy who could come over here, give them those 7 or so solid innings every start. But he's been a little bit more of a mystery. He's admitted it himself that he feels he should be more consistent. You mentioned what he's done in his last few starts, Nancy. On the road, he's also not been a very good pitcher, 0-4 with an ERA above 6. But the Oakland Coliseum is a pitcher's ballpark, so that might work in his favor. And Milone, you're right, 4-0 with an ERA under 1 at Oakland Coliseum, so he likes pitching there. We'll see how the Yankees do against the youngster.
He's been their best pitcher, so we'll see how it all unravels tomorrow. Thanks for being with us here on the W. Mason postgame show. The Yankees will look to finish off a 3-game sweep of the A's tomorrow afternoon. Coverage begins on Yes with the batting practice show at 3 p.m., followed by the pregame at 3:30 and first pitch just a little after 4 o'clock. For now, I'm Nancy Newman, and for Jack Curry, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the latest edition of Yankees on Deck. It's coming up next.
Celebrate Memorial Day at your GMC dealer, and now's the time to see our smaller SUV with 32 highway miles per gallon standard, or the first ever Acadia Denali, our newest 8-passenger crossover. This Memorial Day, isn't it time for a new grill?
Celebrate Memorial Day and lease this 2012 GMC Acadia SL for $279 per month. See your Tri-State Buick GMC dealer.
Let's say you need one of these, or one of these.
Now is the time to buy during the Memorial Day sale at PC Richard & Son.
Save big on our huge selection of televisions at the guaranteed lowest prices.
With up to 24 months financing. Save over 36% on this LG 60-inch Plasma HD TV with free Toshiba Blu-ray player, now $988. Plus, you get all of them. That's our installation and repair team.
And they make sure your new TV is up and running perfectly. Nobody beats PC Richard & Son.
The following is an exclusive presentation of the Yes Network.